Come on. Welcome to People Without Pants, everybody. We are here. Nick's hair is nuts, and we love it very much.
Oh, yo. We're just throwing our hair in random places. Why not?
So I actually very nearly channeled the name of the show tonight and did the show with no pants on, but my legs got very cold.
It's too cold to not be wearing pants.
Well, what it is, I told you this via text, but I'll tell the audience. I took a shower and I put on my pants and everything, like my pajama pants, and I sat down. And the second I sat down, I got this weird whiff of like not quite shit, but something weird. I was like, what the fuck's going on? So I stood up and I did the sniff test on my chair. Like I got down in the seat like a bloodhound, and there was nothing there, and there was nothing on my legs or anything. But then I sat down and I smelled it again. So I leaned way the fuck in on my knees, and my knees smelled weird, even though I haven't kneeled in those pants. So those pants were in the washing machine, and I was going fucking pantsless for a while until my legs got cold. So shout out to my grandma for having bought me these super warm wool pants like 4 Christmases ago that I'm currently wearing.
Well, that's an interesting story.
Yeah, I have no idea why the knees of my pants smell bad.
I mean, what do you be doing with those pants?
Nothing really. I mean, the only explanation I can think of is that I was in the backyard with a trash bag and a scooper picking up dog shit earlier. So, like, maybe the trash bag brushed against my knee when I wasn't looking, but I'm usually really good about making sure that doesn't happen. So, I'm not sure.
Gross.
Sadly, given that I have a dog, I'm no stranger to furniture suddenly smelling funny.
My dogs just go outside.
Well, mine does too, but and not all dogs have this, but huskies do. They have these anal glands that like express themselves sometimes.
What I'm hearing is you're not going to the vet or expressing the anal glands enough. Gotta squeeze that butt.
Well,
Squeeze the booty hole.
we have had the vet do that when it needs it, but sometimes it's not that they fill up; they just kind of like we call it inking, like a squid. So every now and then you get like a rotting fish smell, and it's like, yep, Suki fucking inked.
Problems I've never had to deal with.
Yeah. We don't know what happened to her because she's a rescue, but she's very fucking protective of her butt, so that's part of why we don't like get her asshole squeezed more often. But when it needs doing, it needs doing. Sorry, Suki.
Sounds like it often needs doing.
Not too often. Ever since we gave her like a more vegetable heavy diet, this almost never happens. But back before she had a vegetable heavy diet, it used to happen. Not often, but more frequently.
God, sounds like college.
What do you mean, vegetable heavy diet or bad smells?
Bad smells and people knowing what the cause is, not changing it.
Speak for yourself. My roommates were never that bad.
So, have you ever walked through some of those buildings and there's just the like inherent sweat that's built into the walls?
Yes, not in my dorm or the ones surrounding mine, but
You act like you own the dorm.
well, no, but I did live in only 2 units across 4 years of college because they let me stay in the unit next semester several times. So,
Whoa, la di da.
yeah, I know. I was lucky. But yeah, I didn't there was a weed like cuz you lived in the same building as me at one point.
I did.
So there was a weed smell that was pretty persistent, but as for like body odor smells, not too bad. Not unless the person who was disgusting still actively lived there.
I mean, it's when you have a school that only has one building that are suites, all the potheads are naturally going to go there.
Yeah, my estimate was that roughly 3 out of 7 nights on average I could smell weed somewhere.
That and the other one on the other side of campus where there are like isolated little things.
Yeah, I never went inside those actually.
I had a buddy who lived in one, and the dude across the way from him sold weed.
Nice.
So back in the days when you could sell weed, I mean, I hear people still do. I was talking to someone the other week, and they just moved up to this state from fucking Ohio,
Mm.
and they're talking about how they would like buy weed from a human being still, and I don't know why. But, like times have changed so much that like that's the part that seems weird to me. I've seen a lot of people say they don't want it so corporate. I While I morally agree with them, I don't think anything is really insusceptible to corporate influence.
Well, what year was it when you had the weed selling guy?
He must have been doing that around like right before COVID, really. I think was when
Okay.
he was doing this.
Yeah, because weed was legal by then, but when we started college, it wasn't quite legal in this state yet.
It didn't
That
even matter.
No, it didn't, but like that would explain it.
I think it's more you have a bunch of like, well, did you have to be 21?
Yeah, that's probably a big part of it too.
Yeah, because like you have people in college buying booze for other students. That's a thriving thing.
I remember when I first got there, like it was literally one of my first fucking days. I get to class and I'm sitting there and there's like the guy who sits near me. I don't even remember his fucking name, but he's like, "Hey man, you smoke weed?" And I was like, "No, not really," like a liar. And he's like, yeah, I'm trying to build up my business. I'm like, yeah, I'll let people know. And I'm like, I know what you're doing, motherfucker.
Dog, if you're trying to do a John Mulaney delivery, you got to really lean in.
Yeah.
Like a liar.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it too hard because it's not my joke, but.
Well, we're going to credit him anyway because otherwise we're hacks. So, like.
Yeah, it was really fucking funny, though, that, like, a guy just walks up and tries to sell weed to me with no provocation. I'm like, do you think I'm gonna fucking fall for this?
When you say fall for it, what do you mean?
He probably wasn't a cop, but, like, just given what he looked like. But it wasn't... The idea crossed my mind.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never met a 21 Jump Street ass human being.
They do it. It's rare. It's a lot less common than it is in 21 Jump Street, but it does happen. Like my dad fucking back in the day, there was like a suspiciously old looking student at his school who turned out to be a cop.
I struggle with this because like you want older people to educate themselves. I had a couple older dudes in some of my classes, and
I'm talking in high school. This happened.
Oh,
there was like one student who looked 21 instead of 18 or whatever, and it's because he was.
Sure, I mean, I'm not going to live my life assuming that if I'm at college and some random guy is like, "Hey, do you smoke weed?" It's because he's a cop trying to like, bro, dude.
Yeah, he probably wasn't. It was just weird because it's like, bro, it's 8 a.m. I'm barely awake, and you're trying to sell me weed. I don't know you. I don't trust your shit. I don't buy weed from strangers. Is my point.
How everyone's a stranger until you meet them.
Well, yeah, and I'll meet someone and know them for like a little bit before I buy fucking weed from them. In fact, the whole reason I started going to fucking dispensaries, despite the additional cost potentially, is that the last time I bought it from some guy, it was the only time in my life that weed gave me essentially a hangover.
Huh.
Like, I didn't feel nauseous or, like, upset stomach or anything, but I just had this weird, like, cloudy feeling in my head the next day anytime I smoked it.
Huh.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not buying that motherfucker's weed again. And then shortly after that, they opened a dispensary near my house, and the rest is history.
I mean, with the system the way it is, anyone can really just get a medical card anyway.
That is true, but this was 7, 8 years ago. So I don't think.
Surprisingly, that part has not changed much.
Yeah, maybe I just wasn't old enough because I think you have to be 21 or older to get a weed card, but maybe I'm
No,
wrong. Oh, well, good to know.
that is where it's weird. You have to have parents' permission.
Well, I mean, it is medicine, so.
I mean, like if you're 13 with cancer, you should be smoking weed. I don't know what to tell you. You have cancer. Like,
I'd probably recommend eating weed instead for lung damage reasons, but yeah.
well, I think Walter White put it best. They already have cancer.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean, just for someone who is currently undergoing medical treatment, I would go max safety. But you know what?
I I kind of feel like if I'm 13 and God's already rolling my dice, I should not lean on the side of safety.
Yeah, I mean, it depends.
There's just like there's a certain point where that just changes a human being.
Yeah, one of my friends had it when he was like fucking 4. Like he was really young. It was long before I knew him.
The light was dark and it looked cool.
Wait, what was?
Your like light went all dark. Ooh.
Oh yeah, here I'll show you. It's because I was opening a tab and I've been too lazy to set up a wallpaper on Google, so I just use one of their defaults. But it's this awesome fucking space telescope image.
Man, just like Google something cool.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to put like one of my photos on there. I just have been lazy. So they said, "Would you like to pick from one of our defaults?" And I went through, and that was the coolest one I saw. So here we are.
So what's it gonna take for chat to be able to pick your wallpaper? That's the real question.
Oh god, it has to be a good idea. That's all it requires.
That's all it requires. Start sending in now.
Let me see. Actually, now that I have this tab open, let me see if I can find the image I've been looking for.
Lately, I've just been
Here it is.
going for neon colors.
I had this image as my wallpaper on my school computer for like 3 years.
Okay.
I assume you remember this fucking guy, right?
I'll be real with you, no.
That's Herman Cain. Herman Cain he's dead now. He was a Republican politician. He ran for president in 2012, as you could see from that image. He was even briefly the front runner, despite the obvious elephant in the room about running for Republicans.
I see. I hear what you're saying, but I need you to really think about it. Is it an elephant in the room, or could it be their favorite thing ever?
If what, racism?
No. Anti-racism with a guy who can enforce racism. All it takes is one Uncle Tom to keep the entire house in line. I'm sorry that's the way plantations are set up, but
well, see, here's the thing. There's two kinds of conservatives there. There's voters and there's politicians, pundits, figureheads, and they are the ones who definitely agree with what you're saying, that a melanated face to attach to their racist bullshit was useful. The base, on the other hand, isn't smart enough to understand that fact.
I'm going to say because the base isn't smart, the point that I want to make might work. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull up a list I had seen the other day that I found interesting because it was just a really quick list. Here we go. So, Ukrainians, Portuguese, Polish, Scottish, Spanish, French Canadian, German, Irish, Italian, Russians, Dutch, and Hungarians. What do they all have in common?
They've all committed atrocities. I don't know.
They all are people who weren't considered white at one point. Now, I'll be damned if I know a single racist in 2026 who's going up to a French Canadian person and saying they're not white. It's just non-existent.
That is true, but that's mostly because most conservatives probably don't know that French Canada is a thing.
Let's use Irish people as just like the easy example.
I have actually just recently once or twice seen motherfuckers doing 1850s the Irish aren't white racism on the internet.
What about Italians?
I see that one more often.
What about Russians and all that sphere?
It depends what their talking points are today.
Fair. What about the Spanish?
The Spanish, most people don't consider white, at least in America, which is fucking nuts, but they don't.
See, I feel like specifically they're like, well, are you white Spanish, which is what they considered Iberia, or
Yeah.
are you from the Latin world in which we don't even know terms correctly, so we're just going to call you brown Spanish?
Yeah, and then there's like, white Cubans like Marco Rubio, and like there's racism's complicated. There's a reason you need a degree in racism.
Now, here's what I'm trying to get at. Well, race is a social construct.
Exactly.
Whiteness is a social construct. It's all nonsense. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not pitching this for the offense because they've already gone in such a different direction that they couldn't use this logic. But like, why wouldn't they just make black people the new white people, if that makes sense?
Well, they kind of
sounds on like the first level.
Well, with Herman Cain, they kind of tried to.
That's what I'm reminded of when I see things like this.
Yeah, I don't think they could do that with today's Republican base.
No.
They have simply riled them up too much and gotten them too racist.
If they put them in a different direction, like 10 years ago, they could have gone this way, but they just can't anymore.
Yeah. By the way, I kind of buried the lead about this story. So this smile is fucking creepy, of course. And then, like, right after this campaign ad came out, there were, like, sexual harassment allegations against this guy. Like, he didn't actually do anything, but he, like, tried to fucking coerce this lady into sleeping with him. Like, I think the phrase she used was, "You want a job, right?" Because I saw an edit of this with "You want a job, right?" added as the campaign slogan. Like, right down here.
Call me crazy.
Yeah.
I just keep focusing on one thing that I need to bring up first.
What's that?
Just the graphical design part of me really needs to highlight that, how at the top, the Herman Cain logo, the President 2012, you can read that part.
Yeah.
It is actually insane that HermanCain.com is not blue and paid for by friends of Herman Cain Inc. is not red. I can barely fucking see it. I'm pissed off about it, and it keeps drawing my eyes in a weird direction.
Let me see if I can find the edit that I had as my wallpaper.
Just because that pisses my eyes off. It's not made correctly.
Damn it, they don't have it. Because I had that up for so long after this guy was relevant, that somebody eventually noticed it and was like, "So are you like a Republican? Do you like Herman Cain?" And I was like, "Fuck no, I have it because of this creepy ass fucking smile he's got."
See, Jesus, I would have just cropped it.
Well, I had to make it fit on like a 18-inch rectangular monitor, so I had to use the whole thing.
No, what we used to do back in the day, we'd crop it and then we'd just have it a bunch of times.
Yeah, I could have, but this was something I did in like 2 seconds while I was supposed to be doing homework, and I just never updated it.
The amount of time in high school I had where I was supposed to be doing one thing and I was just doing another thing was pretty up there.
Do you remember why he was relevant about 6 years ago?
Well, I'm going to go on a record or go on a limb here and say vax denial.
You're approaching the point, but not technically.
COVID was caused by the Russians?
It was COVID related, but it was too early to be vax because it was in 2020.
Is it a conspiracy?
No, it's not even something he did, which is the best part. So remember how in like May through July of 2020, we were all locked down. There were no vaccines yet, and the Republicans kept having their fucking massive super spreader events anyway.
Yes.
So Herman Cain, somewhere along the way, gets COVID, probably from one of the many super spreader events. And then he dies of COVID. And then a few weeks later, they have another one of their big ass super spreader events. And it wasn't Herman Cain's personal Twitter account, but it was like his business account, Cain for America or whatever. Fucking comments on one of the tweets about it, writing like, see, this is proof that COVID's no big deal because we had this event and everyone's fine. It's like, bro, you died of COVID. You're tweeting from beyond the grave.
Would you rather that or be converted to Mormonism from beyond the grave?
Would you rather which one happened to me? Because I'm dead, so I don't care about either one.
What about your chillins?
I don't have any of those.
Yeah, but you might have some Skyrim babies. We don't know.
I guess Skyrim babies. I guess I'd go with Mormon because that's way easier for my kids to just go cringe, Dad, and walk away. Whereas if I became like a fucking post-mortem anti-vax lunatic, they would that would follow them a lot more.
See, I'm hoping for the post-vac one. Because if it's the Mormon church, we cannot do anything against the Mormon church. They're going to sue you into eternity. And if my children try having a fun little war with the Mormon church, you end up dying because they've been doing war for a while. They're kind of an army-based religion, if you guys forget about that. But with these other guys, you can just go and make them feel really bad about their actions. Really hold them to the coals. Closest thing we have to holding Mormons over the coals is Trey making fun songs.
It is really nuts that we just have a small religious ethno-state in the middle of the U.S. that we just let exist.
You say that, and I'm like, isn't that weird? That sounds like a thing that exists throughout history.
Well, yeah, it did exist throughout history. It's weird that we're doing it now.
We've been redoing everything else. Why not redo that?
Well, we never stopped doing that one. That's why it's weird. This is not the one I was looking for, but there is a variant of the same joke. And also, yes, I got so desperate I went to Bing.
What the fuck, dude?
I love seeing fucking dated. I love seeing fucking dated ass conservative memes like this.
I mean, boomers still posting on Facebook if you look in the wrong places.
Yeah, I just like seeing the ones that are literally from back then. Because now it's like, this person will lose the whatever. It's like, well, he didn't, so. Sorry, I know you're upset about that, but he did win re-election, for better or worse.
Well, that rage, holding on to it, doesn't ever help.
No, unfortunately, it then got channeled into what's going on right now.
It's kind of why a two-party system is dog water.
Yeah.
It's kind of makes it inherently oppositional, and you would focus your politics on defeating your enemy rather than promoting your cause. But don't mind me, I'm just like a child.
2012 was, I mentioned this before, it was the first one I was invested in, really, so that's part of why I remember Herman Cain more than I should.
I follow it, but at the same time, I'd rather kind of read history because it's not like we're doing anything new anytime I come up for air and check out all these events. It's just disappointing.
It is 2003. An unpopular Republican president is launching a war in the Middle East for no reason. It is 2026. An unpopular Republican president, so and so.
Oh, I can make it worse. It'll be like, it's 2006. I'm playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. A fascist is going to bomb the Middle East and take a bunch of their oil. And a new remake of a superhero movie that's just come out. The year is 2026. What the fuck, dude?
This one's more about me and how little I have changed as a human being.
I still can't afford a house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
It is 2006. You are playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 on your PlayStation 2 and eating goldfish. Life is good. It is 2026. You're playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 remastered on your PS5 and eating goldfish. Life is good.
Life hasn't been good since I tried to get my family to invest in Bitcoin when it was $20 and they thought I was an idiot.
Well, depending on which day, they might be right, because Bitcoin is rather unreliable at times.
I mean, it's unreliable 100%, but like nowadays, that unreliability usually doesn't drop below like 10K.
I've played these games before, true. Also, you might know, Alex, are they ever releasing another goddamn update for the PS5 Battlefront remaster? Because if they do, I'll actually update my rating. Because there's like one fucking glitch left they still haven't fixed that makes the game really annoying to play.
Why don't you like go and play a game you haven't played before? That's fantastic. Like Fallout New Vegas.
Well, I have been doing that a lot, actually. But
Playing Fallout New Vegas?
No, not playing Fallout New Vegas, but playing new games. I will play goddamn Fallout New Vegas eventually.
Oh my god.
Actually, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Can I start with 3?
Yeah, do not worry about it. I know where your head's at.
Okay.
You can totally just start with 3. It's a reboot. There is not lore that you need to know like that.
Okay.
The deepest thing that's gonna happen is when you play New Vegas, you are gonna meet like 2 guys who like say like 2 names that are like, oh.
Yeah, they're just Easter eggs then?
Yeah, that's all there is. All there is.
First 2 games are top-down. That's also why I did the same thing with GTA. When I finally got into GTA, I just started with 3.
Bro, if you play Fallout 1, you're gonna struggle. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna struggle. Not like with like 3 different things. 1, that game is fucking hard. From just like reasonable standpoints, it's hard. 2, it's a different style of game than the modern gamers used to completely. Not just being isometric.
Well, I don't even mind that necessarily, but
I mean the shit's timed. It's grid based. It's interesting. I'll put it that way. 2 is really fucking fun and zany.
Hey, I mean, if they ever fucking port them to PlayStation, I'll check them out.
I mean, shit, you can play them on your current computer.
No, I know. I just, you know.
They're isometric. What do you want to do?
Also, so I'm looking at the thing. Other than New Vegas, do I have to give a shit about any of this?
No. Okay, let me just run through it real quick. So Tactics is like a first-person shooterish game. Brotherhood of Steel is absolute dog shit.
That's technically the earliest one that's on a console I currently own.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, New Vegas for some reason is listed as a spin-off, even though from what I understand it's just as big, if not bigger, than Fallout 3 and 4. So
it's bigger. So the story behind that is kind of interesting. They make Fallout. Okay, I'll run through this really quickly. So way back in the day, Fallout 1's made. Ron Perlman's here. Hooray! It's
I do love me some Ron Perlman.
And it's successful enough that they get a second game. These are just old nerds making fucking computer games. There's no modern gaming devs. There's no giant corporate structure. It's like an old 90s company. And they go under. Black Isle completely stops making games, which Black Isle were the dudes from Interplay who turned into Black Isle, or whatever. And they sell the property. Todd Howard is a mad genius and also evil. He's like a devil from D&D.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know exactly what to do. And he has this new engine that they make this game in. Fantastic. Great job. The people from Black Isle are like, can we have our game back? We have a new company now. We have Obsidian. And Todd Howard's like, no. And they're like, please, let us have our game back. And he's
yeah.
You get 12 fucking, is your 9 or 12 months to make a fucking game. You can have our engine and you can have any resource that we made, but y'all are so good, go make a game. And this team scrambled, working crazy nights, and made a game that was better than 3.
And that was New Vegas.
Yeah. And not until the modern show has Howard found a way to steal all the parts he wanted. But he did.
I remember this one coming out, and I remember everyone fucking hating it for some reason.
Well, okay. So it's a single-player RPG game, Fallout normally, but this is an MMO. And when the game launched, there were no NPCs at all in the entire game.
Yeah, numerous glitches ignored by quality assurance.
Well, that's just part of a Bethesda game to a point. I can't really act like any of the other launches were free from this.
Well, true, but it sounds like no NPCs in the game.
Yeah, all that plus no NPCs in the game was what the fuck, dude? And here's my real deal breaker with this game, and it might sound stupid. I don't think you should let PvP be optional in some games. The way PvP works in this game, I shoot you, Larry, and then you don't take damage. You have to shoot me back, and then it's like PvP engaged. Fuck you.
That at least needs to be a setting you can toggle on and off. It's
the post-apocalypse. What are we doing?
Yeah, and I get, like, altering the logic in order to make it more fun, because there's definitely been some fucking challenges I did not want to be interrupted while I was doing, but, like, at least have it be optional.
I really think a big part of the post-apocalyptic fun is your plans.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
you have plans, but
like if you're gonna have PvP, like, have it so that I can make it on all the time if I want to.
Dude, make it like RuneScape was back in the day, or still now. Shout out RuneScape. Shout out games with dedicated servers. Like, let me go to World 3, and it's like all peaceful and shit, where we're all in fun, happy time land, and I can shoot you, and you can shoot me back, and then we fight. Or let me go to World 100, where, like, it's death on site.
Apparently, Bethesda, the first patch they released for Fallout 76 was bigger, or it was almost bigger than the game itself.
Because they released an incomplete game.
Yeah, that's like Call of Duty with their patented fucking 300 gig update file every time you buy this year's new edition. And then you have to install the campaign separately, which takes an additional, like, 3 hours.
Really just feels like they eliminated a phase of beta testing in favor of people who pre-ordered it. And
that's literally just what they did.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
DC Universe Online had 2 identical maps, let you switch it on or off in the Watchtower. That makes sense.
See, that would be nice.
I never actually played DC Universe Online.
I didn't play it, but I should have played more of those online games.
Yeah, I just don't like playing online, basically.
You just don't like people.
Well, I like people to a point.
You like people in the abstract.
I like having the option. Like, I do pay for PlayStation Plus every year. So I want to be able to go online, but I don't like when there's online exclusive game modes and shit. Like, fuck you. I want to play with bots.
I mean, we were talking about how corporations sink into everything. I just want games that don't have corporate clear control over them.
True.
Okay. When I was a youngin, unk ass, I was playing a Super Nintendo, and things were fun because you got a game, and the game was fucking like it was a product, right?
Yeah, it shipped to you finished most of the time.
No, fuck no, dude. You know how hard some of these games were? To this day, the Lion King game evades me. Anyone, if you can complete the Lion King game, make a fucking video of it, and like you will get a surprise present.
I will say that is fair with
It's insane.
I guess it was GTA 3. There was one required to finish the story mission that I literally could not do without the cheat codes because there just simply is no way to fucking do it.
Bro, okay, so like granted I have to finish the thing because I was like 75%. But I can beat fucking Sans and Undertale. I can do all these hard modern games. I still can't get past like the third level on this fucking shit.
Yeah. I this would probably be easier on the PS5 remaster of GTA. But I played the PS2 version of GTA 3, and it's like, yeah, you remember that one mission where you have to go all across the city destroying the carts, and you get like 2 minutes to fucking do it?
Yes.
You simply can't do that with a PS2 controller without the cheat codes. It just can't be done, at least not by my fucking reflexes.
Did you try a different route?
There's literally only one route you can do. Like, because they're all over the city, and there's no map in the fucking game. You have to memorize the route, and it's a complicated-ass fucking route.
Can you
like
get a vehicle?
I used the one that all the online guides recommended to me. Like, I did it all. I tried all the legitimate means.
Are you just hitting your brakes too early or something?
It's just it's a challenge designed to be impossible. Like, I don't like when and you get it a lot with older games, I don't like when the challenge is the controls don't work very well and not the mission is hard. Because that all the skidding and shit you have to do, I'm sure that's perfectly achievable to do with a modern game controller, but with my janky ass old PS2 controllers that I've taken pretty good care of but not perfect.
See, I don't know, man. At the time, those controllers felt crisp.
Well, yeah, maybe in 2001 when that controller was new, it would have been good, but it's an old fucking controller now, and they don't sell any good ones anymore, so...
Maybe you just don't know how to work the sticks.
I mean, it definitely did require more of you than most modern games do.
Some of these old games were just meant to be great. They were works of art presented to someone. You take the product, and it's good. Hell, and I'm not against like paid DLC or anything like updates, but god damn.
Speaking of GTA, why the fuck were like San Andreas and Vice City and all of them like considered spin-offs when they were just the same, like they were just new games?
San Andreas isn't considered a spin-off, but it's 3 Vice City, Gay Tony, and something else.
Well, that was later. I guess Vice City started life as a spin-off of 3, so I guess that makes sense. But like San Andreas is just its own game.
Yeah,
but then when they made one after, they still called it GTA 4 for whatever reason.
Oh, you're asking why the numbers work this way?
Yeah, because 4 had the spin-off, had the DLC, like it had Gay Tony and it had what was the other one called?
Because the numbering systems for games are sometimes bad. Okay, do you want to look up the list of games in the Assassin's Creed franchise? Because we're gonna have a fun time with this one.
Yes, and I understand there's a million, But at
There's
least
not
most of them don't have numbers in them. A few do, but most of them don't
back
anymore.
in my day. Oh, jeez. I haven't played them in a little bit. I have some friends who still play them. Nowadays, I don't have the numbers because they realized they were fucked. So they
Yeah.
just stopped using them.
Yeah, here it is.
Throw it on screen for the folks here. All right, so we start with just one, like a normal person,
Yeah, and then 2.
then 2, and now after 2, you're like, oh, I want to keep using this character, and I feel like I don't want to run up all these numbers, so I'm gonna make Brotherhood, and then I'm gonna make Revelations.
Revelations might be like the single most generic title or subtitle you can give.
It kind of works because this dude did kill a pope at one point.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm not blaming the game for it because it wasn't necessarily cliche in 2011, but now it is.
Fair. And then you have 3. Ooh, new person.
Yeah.
Then 4. Ooh, new person again. And then they go, oh no, if we give a new number for every new person, we're going to have Assassin's Creed 12.
Yeah, so now they just give them all subtitles.
Yep.
I think I might prefer that, honestly.
Well, it also implies nowadays you don't need to play all of them.
True. I guess even the movie is canon. I never saw the movie because I heard it was fucking terrible, but I guess it's canon.
Canon is becoming less and less important to me.
Well, true, but like I guess one of the recent games literally makes like a passing reference to the movie's events or something.
Canon only exists until someone makes something better.
Yeah, that's the Star Wars motto, at least.
That's okay. Folks, let's not forget here. 2 of the most important and mesmerizing pieces of literature ever, Paradise Lost and Dante's Inferno, are actual fucking fan fiction.
Yeah, I have made many jokes about Dante's Inferno being a literal self-insert fanfic.
So canon was a black hole until some dude's like, all right, I got a really cool story for you.
There's actually a lot of fucking Christians who their conception of hell has nothing to do with the Bible and has exclusively to do with Dante.
I mean, okay, there's a saying about a type of preacher, fire and brimstone.
Yeah.
Now, technically, that's supposed to apply to Revelation, but a bunch of people just like to be like, nah, we're gonna go to hell and burn. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be terrible. It's like you're referencing a fan fiction book.
Yeah, and they're not even referencing it well because if they were, they'd remember that the 9th circle of hell is the cold one.
I see the reason you can't do that is because they are not able to then use the phrase when hell freezes over.
Yeah, I know.
That entire statement's really dumb, but whatever, folks.
Which level of hell was it that had the shit rivers?
Oh, I can't tell you the numbers. I gotta reread it, man. It's been fucking years.
Yeah, me too. It was fairly early that they had the shit rivers.
4?
Yeah, 3 or 4, somewhere in there.
Because like that's where like all the pretty people are.
Yeah, I do. I just distinctly remember the fact that the translation of it, while it was using fancy words for everything else, just said shit and not like excrement or waste or any other like classier term. They literally just said the phrase rivers of shit.
Yeah. Language is weird.
Yeah, if you go back to like medical texts from before, say 1700, they were not written formally. Like the doctor wrote crap or piss or whatever.
Well, there's a fair argument to be said that okay.
I know what you're gonna say, and you're probably right.
This is weird and complicated, and I don't really know all the ins and outs of it. I just kind of know the basis of it. That the colonization of the English language by the various other cultures that either owned it through the French when they took over with William the Conqueror, or other other places they were interacting with, and they were trying to act more civilized. Often through that process, you'd have like multiple meanings for one word, and they just pick the one that sounded the nicest, and then they call that normal. Where like, I mean, it's the same reason beef is like a different word than just being like, oh yeah, we're eating cow.
Yeah. By the way, I left the fucking Assassin's Creed thing opened. I didn't know this. You probably did, but maybe not. One of these, because they have the spin-offs listed too, like the mobile games and shit. One of the Assassin's Creed mobile spin-offs was called Assassin's Creed Unity Arno's Chronicles, and it was released not only mobile, it was released exclusively for one particular phone.
Oh, the Sony Xperia?
No, it was for the Honor 9, whatever the fuck that is.
Huawei?
Yeah, I've never heard of the Honor 9 smartphone, but apparently they got their own Assassin's Creed game exclusive to them.
So I long so much. Like I keep talking about this lately. I miss the smartphones of 2009 to 2015.
Okay.
They had just made the iPhone, and BlackBerry had been dethroned, and all these tech guys are going, what can we make next? What can I put in the fucking phone? And like, I've got random old ones that have like infrared scanners, or like,
oh yeah,
I got some that have like FM tuners. All of them got fucking SD slots. All of them got headphone jacks. Some are getting weird and putting in like a few different ports. Some had an HDMI capability just off jump without even adapters.
Yeah, my previous laptop had a full-size HDMI port, and I miss it so much.
Wait, your current laptop doesn't have an HDMI port?
No, my current laptop is a MacBook Air from like a couple of years ago, like 2022, let's say.
Oh yeah, no, Mac's evil. Mac is the devil.
Yeah, well, my previous laptop was also a Mac, which is why it was notable to me. Like, damn, they've got 2 USBs, full-size HDMI, SD card slot, everything, and now here we are. I mean, it doesn't matter. I have a dock that does everything that was only like $20, but still, like, fuck you guys.
What the fuck? Like, why'd you make wired headphones go extinct for no reason?
That's one of the few things this laptop does still have is a wired headphone jack. God, Wadley, you're so fucking right, dude. I miss the CD-ROMs so much.
Hold on, I don't see what he's saying. Oh, yeah, I did. I was out and about. Where did I put old boy? Give me a second, I'll find it.
I actually do have, for the rare occasions where I travel somewhere besides my house and I'm watching something, I have this portable Blu-ray player that I can plug into my laptop.
I have something similar. So this is a portable disk drive.
Yeah, that's basically what this is.
Well, this can read, write, and burn.
I think this can too. I've just never tried it.
Hell yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it can. I literally just bought it to, well, one, at the time, my grandma still had her own house, and I would visit her sometimes and bring shit to watch. But also to get really high-quality meme screenshots from, like, Blu-rays and shit for the Arrowverse meme group.
What?
Well, I run the Arrowverse, one of the Arrowverse meme groups on Facebook. Right? Like, you know that, right?
Yeah, but how do you get the meme?
Oh, well, I used to just screenshot it from Netflix, but then I was like, wait, the Blu-ray screenshots look way higher quality, so I'm going to do that instead.
I get you. Okay.
Yeah, so like after I watch the disc, I then put it in here and I screenshot whatever I need, like with the timestamps I wrote down whenever I watched it.
Yeah, and all of this, why? We shouldn't have to have a bunch of fucking accessories and adapters. Give me back The actual good technology, damn it.
True. That being said, I don't know if the built-in disk drives from the old days would let me take screenshots because a lot of them don't for copyright protection reasons.
You just gotta use the right programs.
True. You know what's weird? I have one of those on Chrome. Like you can fucking like yeah, see video screenshot right here. And for some reason I no longer need to use it because Chrome just lets me screenshot on Disney Plus now all of a sudden. It didn't used to, but now it does.
I
And also, yes, I have return YouTube dislike plugin because that's useful when you're looking up tech videos.
let's see here. All right, just seeing that you don't have anything too horny here.
I don't even remember why I have Loom. Oh, I remember. I was doing a fucking editing. I don't need this. I was doing an editing project for my mom once, and I needed to install Loom for that. But yeah, the only one of these I bought, or not bought, I didn't buy any of them. The only one I installed for work, like for this show, are Volume Master and uBlock. This was just so that I can know if a video I'm looking for is actually decent. I fucking hate that. I hate when you get, like, you know, video game walkthrough or instructions on how to do whatever, and then the video just isn't about what the title says. Thanks. Thanks, random guy on YouTube who gave me hope.
You should be reading to learn how to do video games better, not watching.
Well, I usually do, yeah.
Yeah, no, like I just miss like guidebooks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I've got like a bunch of them.
Oh,
well, not a bunch. I have like several. I used to buy those, and then YouTube walkthroughs fucking rose. And well, I try to not use them at all, but every now and then it's like, all right, weird object in God of War. How do I interact with it? And then I just go look it up. Oh, it's a thing I get later. Oh, okay, I'll come back then.
I mean, plus, shout out to wikis. Wikis are
True.
great.
Yeah, what it was recently, there were like, because there's all kinds of different interactive objects in that new God of War. And some of them, it's like, all right, well, I've got the weapon that's the right color for that thing, but it doesn't break it. So I just look it up. Am I actually fucking doing this right? Oh, it's an ability I unlock later. Oh, okay, I'll do it later then.
Fair. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I had to use a wiki the last time I was playing Fallout because I was like, I am going to do a run a very certain type of way, and I gotta do things in order because one thing will cancel out another thing.
Oh yeah, last time I replayed Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I had to pull up the list of like these are all of the decisions you have to make to get the good ending.
Good ending.
Which then wound up not even being the ending they ran with when they did a sequel to Black Ops 2, which pissed me the fuck off, by the way.
Why should the good ending happen?
Because I worked my ass off to make the good ending happen.
But what about all the players who didn't?
That's fine. I've played the game a million times. I played every ending.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, shouldn't the starting point for the next game maybe just be the bad ending?
Well, the bad ending is like World War III starts, and unless that's what you're going for the game, no.
Yeah, I didn't play the sequel. I couldn't tell you.
Well, I only played it once. That it says a lot, by the way, because normally fucking linear single-player games I play through a few times to get all the collectibles and shit.
Unless, of course, they're Fallout New Vegas.
Well, when I play it, well, actually, that's open world, so no. Right?
There's a couple different story-driven endings.
Okay, yeah, but anyway, so
many.
So, like Black Ops 2, there's depending on your choices, the ending can be anything from idyllic to World War III is starting, and various states in between.
Huh.
So I'm not angry that they didn't go with my personal favorite ending so much. I'm more like, well, if they didn't go with that, that implies that some of the best moments from 2 are just not canon.
But you experienced them along the way. That's what matters.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's not the if the game were other Black Ops 7 now, I guess, if it were otherwise good, I would put aside the fact that it follows my not favorite ending. But like the fact that it follows one of the lesser endings and isn't very good, like come on.
Shit happens. I don't know. I like when games just make me suffer.
Yeah, like well, did you play Black Ops 2?
Yeah.
So Alex Mason surviving at the end, like meeting his son again as an old man, like, all right, I'm okay with that part being ignored because that is kind of odd and doesn't really make a ton of sense, as emotionally satisfying as it is. But then, like, Michael Rooker's character is who dies in the good ending of 2, or the path leading to the good ending of 2. He dies. But then he's alive in this one, probably because Michael Rooker in the interim became a huge star and they wanted to get him back. And I understand that part. But it's like, okay, if Harper is alive, that means that the good ending to the like computer virus is not like that means what's her name isn't alive to save the day. So that means you lose the ship, you potentially like have antagonized China with your actions. Like here's an idea. If you have a game with multiple endings, maybe don't involve the same characters in the sequel so that you're not telling the players, hey, that ending you liked, we're wiping your fucking ass with it.
I'm going to give you a slightly better idea.
Okay.
Don't play FPSs for story-driven motives.
Well, that's true, but you used to be able to. The original, like, the fucking, let's say from first Modern Warfare to second Black Ops, the Call of Duties that were made in that, like, 5 or 6 year interim, those all had good fucking stories.
There was a time.
Mass Effect had the same characters throughout, and I love those 3 games and only those 3. Didn't the ending of 3 suck so bad that they released a DLC to fix it?
I
remember hearing that at the time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thing I remember from Mass Effect is fucking aliens.
Well, that's the primary motivation to play it, so that makes sense. Yeah, they released a DLC to fix it.
What did they fix?
Like, it added more to the story to make the ending not suck, I guess. I didn't play it.
Yeah, that's right. It was one of those.
Which, I mean, fair enough. The whole Clone Wars TV show was a case of add more in so the movies are good.
Which one?
I was talking the Dave Filoni CG one, but...
How do you feel about the theory that the actual war was the first one, and then the CG one is like how they portray these people, and that's why you have this whole commentator guy?
I would almost say it's got to be the other way around because the portrayal of everything is so nuanced in Clone Wars.
Don't they get a lot more like violent?
In what?
In the non-CG one?
Well, the action's a lot more intense, but in terms of like... Well, I guess, yes, it's more violent in the sense of there's way larger scale fights. But that show was, like, pretty fucking tame. For, like, I mean, not to say it had no violence, it had plenty, but, like, because it was all about action, that's most of what it had was action, whereas the other show had, like, very emotionally intense, mature shit going on.
The other show has the number one thing in one of the things in Star Wars that pisses me off the most.
What's that?
And it is not about the world, it's about a character.
Which one?
Obi-Wan bitch-ass Kenobi.
What do you do?
So you're telling me that the entire thing where Anakin's going through all this beef for having a girlfriend could be avoided if you were just like, I actually date a senator on the side.
Well, that actually...
You're telling me?
So they never explicitly state it, mostly, But the implication is that Obi-Wan, or not the implication, we know for sure. Obi-Wan knows about Anakin and Padme and just pretends he doesn't notice. Like, he knows. He knows it's going on.
So he, God forbid, he say something when like dude's clearly having a mental crisis.
Well, I'm talking before the mental crisis part starts, but
Well, the mental crisis was like slightly long. It didn't just happen like that.
well, yeah, the time scale over which Episode 3 takes place is a little weird.
True.
Star Wars was just a mushroom high experienced by Harrison Ford getting fried in his Winnebago with his dog. You know what? I believe it. He still looks like he's surprised he's here whenever he goes to an acting award. I'm pro 03 Clone Wars. It was limited but perfect to fill the gap between 2 and 3. Yeah, you will never catch me shitting on Tartakovsky Clone Wars. I still have the 2 DVDs of it they released, and they're 2 of my cherished fucking DVDs because you can't buy new ones like you can with most. Though you can finally watch them on Disney Plus. Finally. But like, so regarding the Anakin thing, there's a line from Revenge of the Sith that was cut, but I think did it make it into the novel? Or maybe, I don't know, we know of it, where Obi-Wan, I think it's in the scene where he confronts Padme about what Anakin did. There's a line that they cut where Obi-Wan says, you know, Padme, I know about you and Anakin. I know that you're together. Anakin knows that I know, but we pretend that I don't.
Well, then like, I don't know. It just feels like a good talk could have solved that whole plot line at that point.
There's actually a scene in the last season of Clone Wars, like not near the end, like it was early in the season 1, but there's a bit where Anakin, he and Obi-Wan and like all the regulars, yeah, here it is. It was basically confirmed that most people know. Or not most people, but like the main characters, because they're like having some meeting, and Anakin kind of says to Rex, like, yo, we gotta do the thing. What? We gotta do the thing, man. Come on, let's go do the thing. Oh, right, yeah. General Kenobi, we've got a thing to do. Okay. And so they sneak off, and Anakin, like, he goes into one of their little storage rooms, and Rex is like, you know, I'll stand guard, give you a few minutes. And he's just like standing there, and Anakin's sneaking off to call Padme. And while they're there, Obi-Wan comes looking for Anakin, and Rex, he's like, you know, hey Rex, where's Anakin? I don't know. He's somewhere. And then Obi-Wan immediately figures, as Alex is pointing out in the comments, Obi-Wan immediately figures out and just yells through the door, at least tell Padme I said hello, before walking away.
Nice.
So clearly, those 3 know. Well, obviously Anakin knows he's in it. Rex and Obi-Wan clearly know. Actually, one of the I think this is from the old canon, so it might not be canon anymore, but there was one of the books or something, in Rex's inner monologue, he's commenting on how he actually does know, he doesn't know that Padme and Anakin are married, but he knows that Anakin is in love with Padme, and the reason why he knows is because he grew up surrounded by people with his face. So therefore, he got really good at reading micro-expressions.
Wait, what do you mean?
Everyone Rex grew up around had the exact same face as him. Because he's a clone.
So that would make you good at reading, I guess?
It made him really good at reading them because, you know, all your buddies are identical. You got to quickly figure out a way to tell them apart. So like, oh yeah, Waxer does that thing with his eye when he's concentrating, you know, that kind of shit. So as a result,
they all can do that
to some extent. Rex is exceptionally smart, which is why he's as high as he is. But the implication is that clones on average are better at reading people's expressions because they just have to look very closely for expressions.
That plus they are, you know, based on a bounty hunter, I'm sure.
Yeah, they don't. So they don't necessarily have all of his skills, but any like natural inclinations he has, that they kind of have.
See, I was always under the assumption that like he developed the things he was good at. Otherwise, he'd be a scientist. And so,
Kind of. Like if you notice throughout anything with clones, all of the clones are right-handed because Jango Fett was. Well, actually, Jango Fett was ambidextrous technically, and as a result, clones tend to be ambidextrous. Yeah, they got the Metal Gear Soldier genes. Since we're on the subject of Star Wars, I'm curious to know if I can challenge anyone here to make a genuine argument for the Empire. It's something I've been researching for a film project. Very simple. No, they're evil.
Wait. You're saying an argument like for the Empire's progress?
Yeah, like in favor of the Empire. And the answer is no. The Empire are demons from hell, and every single one of them is fucking getting spit roasted by the devil's cock.
I don't know. I can do it.
Well, yeah, you can, but you'll be wrong.
I mean, tell me this. So you're saying the lawlessness of the galaxy is something that's been handled by the previous Republic? You're telling me the fact that the Hutts are able to absolutely fester on how many planets means that the system you're using is working?
Yeah, but here's the thing. The Empire literally made that worse because it was convenient for their business interests. Like, the Empire tolerated the Hutt's criminality 1,000 times more than the Republic ever dreamed of.
So what I'm hearing is that we actually co-opted the business endeavor and made it for the state rather than allowing it to exist on the periphery and just not make our people stronger, not make the government stronger. You're against the strong government. That's what you're saying.
Well, no, actually. The Hutts continued to exist on the periphery. It's just that now the Empire turns even more blind an eye to the bad shit they do.
But we can interact with them and have direct like work with them.
Well, we don't really work with them so much as we just occasionally the Empire doesn't really work with them so much as they occasionally toss them a bone in the form of a Han Solo bounty or whatever.
I feel like that's like outsourcing to them, and the ability to do that is a benefit.
Yeah, and also, like, if you... Wadley, I think you told me you haven't seen Andor yet, or haven't seen the second season, but you watched the second season of Andor, and you come away from that telling me that the Empire doesn't need to be burnt to the ground and have its ashes shat upon. The Empire is more concerned upkeeping the surveillance state. Yeah, you said earlier, I bet they don't even have free healthcare.
I bet they don't even have free healthcare. I bet they don't even have dental. They don't even have dental, donkey.
Yeah, it's unclear. Like, well, it's not unclear. The Empire is clearly capitalist. It's unclear to what extent they have social safety nets. I'm going to guess not very.
I'd say consolidated power of the state would probably mean easier access to it, but more limited based on regulations.
I read up on what happened, and that was crushing to see because it really leans further away from any nuance of good intentions from at least a small division within the Empire. Yeah, you're not supposed to have nuance. The Empire are supposed to be a generic bad guy organization. You're not supposed. There's not supposed to be anyone with good intentions within it, because if they have good intentions, they defect.
Well, that makes no sense, because there's propaganda inherently by the state. We've seen this.
Yeah, and also, wait, what are you talking about? It leans further away. Play Battlefront 2, the 2017's Battlefront 2. That one's all about a group of Imperials who start to break through the propaganda and realize their side has been wrong the whole fucking time.
I'd say there's a lot of things that, okay, if there's propaganda in your state, inherently you are taking good people and getting them to go along with your plan. And like...
Yeah, okay. And that's exactly what the 2017 version of Battlefront 2 is about. It's about a Black Ops special ops unit of Imperials, like, essentially discovering, wait, the Alderaan thing wasn't bullshit? You actually did blow up a fucking planet? Wait, you're actually planning on killing all these motherfuckers? I thought you were just threatening to keep order. What?
I mean, I don't know specifics. Is there any instances of The Empire bringing resources to a place?
Sort of, yes. Well, kind of. There's a lot of instances of the Empire showing up to planets that had previously been independent and imposing their will on them, which is mostly bad. There have been several instances where, for particular individuals, that led to their lives improving.
I mean, how many children grow up seeing that and just think, oh, you know?
Well, yeah. So this is about the First Order, not the Empire, but same thing. Did you read the Phasma? I have it up here somewhere. Did you read the Phasma novel?
No, what's this?
You know the silver stormtrooper from the sequels?
Yeah.
It's all about her.
Oh, yes.
And it's one of my favorite fucking Star Wars novels. It's insane. There's so much fucking crazy shit. Phasma is a demon from fucking hell, even by Imperial/First Order standards. She has no principles. She believes in nothing other than her own survival, and she will happily fucking sell out anyone and everyone to even slightly convenience herself. She is a fucking demon.
And so I would have to ask, do you think these are like really tenets of the Empire, beings of the Empire, or not weapons that the Empire is using?
No, so Phasma is a whole separate case. Phasma is her own sociopathic fucking self.
Okay.
The one of the other main characters is an Imperial like captain of stormtroopers named Cardinal, who wears like red stormtrooper armor.
Huh.
In fact,
so they named this kid going, one day you're gonna wear the same color armor as your name, my boy.
No, it came from that. So stormtroopers within the First Order are not allowed to have names.
Oh, so
like
he's not named Cardinal.
No, I'll get to. So, like, remember
He's
in the movie they ask Finn what his name is, and he says FN2187 because it's the only name they ever gave me. Like you remember that from the movie, right?
Yeah, I think it's dumb.
Well, so okay, I'm gonna go a little bit poli-sci military industrial here. So because the First Order is building all their shit on the outskirts of the galaxy, trying not to be noticed by the New Republic.
Yeah, sure. Everett Foundation. Yep.
They don't have the same limitless resources the Empire did. So, by necessity, if nothing else, they were forced to adopt a more quality over quantity approach to warfare. So, like, they're stormtroopers. They don't have anywhere near as many troopers as the Empire once did, but every individual trooper has much more training.
They don't miss.
Well, yeah, actually, it was pointed out to me by a friend once, the only movie in the entire franchise that makes the normal stormtroopers actually feel dangerous is Force Awakens.
They are pretty good shots.
Yeah, well, not only are they good shots, their armor is a lot tougher. Like, that book, the Phasma book, spends a lot of time discussing how resistance soldiers are trained to shoot for the seams between armor plates. Because if they don't, most of their shots will just bounce right the fuck off unless they have, like, modifications to their weapons.
So, this society has not discovered interlocking armor plates?
Well, they do interlock, but they still have little tiny seams between them.
Yeah, you put an armor plate behind it. So, like,
well, apparently you can't do that with stormtrooper armor because it'll fuck up fucking maneuverability. I don't know. The point is, the armor plates have little tiny seams between them. Okay, whatever. Fuck you. So
we have a diagram, folks.
So you even see that in the movie because Finn is like a rank and file, low ranking stormtrooper. Like, he's literally from janitorial, and he has like a wide range of different training. Like, he picks up that fucking Tonfa thing and he knows how to use it. When they're being chased by the TIE fighters, he says, fly low, it'll confuse their tracking. Like, he's really highly trained in this shit, even though he's like a rank and file guy.
And because of that, he's got to have a stupid ass long barcode name.
Well, no, they all have long barcode names. FN stands for foot soldier number, and then 2187 is I forget if it's 281. It doesn't matter. Every like stormtrooper is FN 4 numbers. Like those are the, and in Finn's case, he, like most of the stormtroopers, was taken from his family as like an infant and raised by the First Order, so he's never had a name other than FN 2187.
I just find it weird that there's a group of adolescent soldiers not giving each other nicknames.
Well, it's implied that maybe they do privately, but they're not allowed to. Like, the training is fucking ruthless. It's Spartan training. It's like, no, you do what we say, no matter what, fuck you.
I mean, when you say it's Spartan training, you're talking about Spartan training?
Well, I mean, maybe, for all we know. When I said Spartan training, I meant, like, you start in infancy and a lot of you don't make it.
Throw the baby off the cliff, Spartan training.
Kind of, yeah. So, this, the main character, not the main character, but the ostensible main antagonist, but not really, of the book, is a captain named Cardinal, but that wasn't always his name. He actually, unlike most, was found as a young child and not an infant. So he had a name. His name was Archex. And he was basically, he was living homeless on the streets, or not streets really. I think he was on Jakku, in fact. The same planet Rey was on.
So Jim Croce, the stormtrooper.
What?
Jim Croce, the stormtrooper.
I don't get it. Jim Croce didn't grow up homeless on an alien planet.
He's got a name.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, Archex, unlike most, he was discovered by the First Order at age, like, 6, let's say. Like, into childhood, can talk and read and shit. And he's, like, he's fucking starving. He's, like, digging through scraps, trash piles, looking for food. So to him, the First Order represents salvation. Because they took him in and they gave him like reliable 3 meals a day for the first time in his entire fucking life, a bed to sleep in that he knew would be there when he got home that night.
I mean, plus, let's just be real, the Republic was pretty lame for a bunch of reasons.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the points of Star Wars, but because fucking Star Wars fans are the dumbest motherfuckers on earth, all they see is lightsaber!
Well, okay, well, I guess just to answer the original question we were posed, I think if you want to make a pro-Empire argument, you would go at it the way people do a lot of modern politics. Just tear the Republic to shreds. Focus on that. And then go, well, what's the alternative? Do you have an opinion? Do you have an option?
Well,
something because the Empire can, so they did.
Kinda.
No one would, so they will. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what Archex's fucking FN number was because I don't memorize that kind of shit. I only remember Finn's because they said it in the movie multiple times. But
FN 8675309.
Something like that, yeah. But anyway, the reason he's called Cardinal is because as he ascended the ranks and became captain and got gifted the red armor, I think Hux, actually, Domhnall Gleeson's character, basically said to him, like, you know, I like you. You've earned a special place in my heart. You get to have a nickname. Let's call you Captain Cardinal.
That's fun.
Yeah.
You get to have a nickname.
Yeah, and of course Hux is a fucking demon, as we saw in the movies, but it's Phasma, by the way, fucking amazing novel, and spoilers for it. At the end of it, Archex, when the New Republic spy, other main character, escapes, Archex goes with her, because through their interactions, he basically is like, oh shit, you were right, the First Order is doing some really fucked up shit. But then, so they did a sequel called Black Spire, also a fantastic novel. Which
that's what they used to call me.
Among other things, it's a sequel, and his whole character arc in the second book is about deprogramming himself from the First Order. Well, not just on his own. He has like his friend helping him out, and he has like the New Republic like helping him. But like he's been raised in this like semi-monastic fascist order since he was like a very young child. So there's a lot of deprogramming that needs to happen.
The Republic let monsters such as Darth Vader rise to power. How could you support such a corrupt government?
Well, that's the thing. They're not really advocating for the Republic. They're more advocating against the First Order and therefore, by extension, for the Resistance, which is not part of the New Republic.
I thought we were trying to argue for the Empire.
Well, I'm not.
Why not?
Because the Empire are fucking evil. I've seen what they do.
But so you've seen the fake Republic.
Yeah, I know.
They've pushed forward, trying to convert our loyal imperialist citizens.
Yeah, actually, as much as people shit on like the Ahsoka series and everything, and don't get me wrong, it definitely deserves some criticism, but one thing I really fucking liked in it was how hard they hammer home the message of, if we had let the actual good guys from the movies stay in charge, this wouldn't have happened. But because they tried to do government the right way, people whose loyalties weren't to the rebellion were able to ascend to high ranks, and that's why the Republic became complacent again.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That exact moral stance is why I do not like parts of the ending of Korra.
Yeah, Korra handled it a little clumsily at times. But like, and not to say Ahsoka handles it fucking masterfully
You're
either.
the president now. Well, no. Like I'm saying that I at least like trying to hammer home the idea that doing government the right way for our heroes often causes problems, and the opponents in these worlds are not doing things the right way. They're doing things by any way.
There's a scene in the Ahsoka series with Hera. You know her, right? Green bitch with the head tails.
Oh yes. Ooh, yes.
Yeah, and she's played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead now, who is fucking hot. So, who is also married to Ewan McGregor? Fun fact.
Wait, who?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Ramona Flowers,
is married to.
Now,
no way.
She is. Yeah, they weren't for like the longest time, but now, as of like 7 years ago, they're married.
It's not fair. He had the high ground.
So anyway, there's a scene in Ahsoka where she's in like a meeting. It's not a court martial, but it's some kind of like testify before the subcommittee type meeting.
Yeah.
With like some New Republic higher ups, and one of them is this senator who's like kind of a scumbag. He also, not that this matters at all, but canonically he winds up later being the father of the main character from the Star Wars Resistance cartoon, which that's just kind of a fun fact. But there's this whole bit where he's basically arguing with her, like, you know, just because you were in the rebellion doesn't mean that you don't have to follow our orders now, type of thing. And then she just goes, you know, and tell me, Senator Ziono, were you part of the rebellion? No, I wasn't. Oh, interesting. You sat back and waited to see how the winds would blow then?
Good old.
Yeah, like he was clearly one of that type who would have been willing to play ball with either government.
You mean one of most people who just let nonsense happen and then cry that it's happening?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, I don't think that guy liked the Empire and how fascist it was, but I can definitely imagine a world where things went differently and he was equally happy. Well, maybe not equally happy.
Sure.
Publicly speaking, he was equally happy to play ball either way.
I don't think he was like he liked the Empire as much as he was complacent with them.
Yeah, exactly. Also, thanks, Nick, for trying my challenge. Another I want to question is that when it comes to the shows, are we not just seeing the worst portions of the Empire? Surely they're not all like an Andor. Well, yeah, obviously not every Imperial officer is as sadistic as the ones that Andor depicts, but they are all, as Nick just said, complacent in the Empire's behavior.
Yeah, but you could argue that goes the same for like every single government that we've had.
Well, yeah, I agree with Alex that fascists and fascist collaborators are the same thing.
Oh, 100%. Guys, to be clear, I do not like the Empire, but I'm trying to play this fun hypothetical here.
In fact,
no, it's really hard because at a certain point,
honestly, which is why Coco Chanel is a Nazi. True. Well, she's not anymore because she's dead, but something kind of interesting to know that the movies don't make explicit, but the books do. The reason that the rebellion, by and large, doesn't do a ton of work with Saw Gerrera is because he's not bound by the same ethics they are. Like, he hates the Empire just as much, if not more, than they do, but he hates them so much that he's willing to do, like, some reprehensible shit if it means hurting the Empire.
Pirates be pirating.
Well, he's not a pirate, he's a revolutionary, but yeah.
Oh, yep, sorry.
Where is it? Here it is, up there. Star Wars Battlefront Inferno Squad. That's a prequel novel to the video game, to the Battlefront video game. He wants to hurt them more than he wants actual change. Maybe. That's an uncharitable interpretation of Saw's actions, but it's not wrong either. So, this novel, Inferno Squad, it takes place immediately after A New Hope. Like, it opens with the ending of A New Hope, basically.
How do you spell this guy's name?
Saw Gerrera.
Yeah. Actually, can I have you just pull a picture of this guy up on screen for me?
Yeah.
Make my life a little easier.
He's actually notable because he was created by the Clone Wars show and then later brought into live action. He was the first one, I believe, to have that happen.
He's the Harley Quinn of Star Wars? Yeah, okay, yeah, this guy.
Not only that, but at the time they made Rogue One, that was still that brief period where Disney was trying to pretend the Star Wars prequels don't exist because they did not yet realize that the prequel fans were now adults.
They can buy things too.
Yeah, so like when they first started making Star Wars in like 2014, they were doing their best to pretend the prequels never happened. So when they announced that a character from Clone Wars was in the Rogue One movie, I was like, oh shit, okay. Anyway, so that novel takes place right after A New Hope, and therefore right after Saw Gerrera dies in Rogue One. And it's about Inferno Squad, the Black Ops soldiers who were the main protagonists of the Battlefront video game, on their first mission, which is an undercover mission with Saw Gerrera's people, or more accurately, what's left of them. And it is an interesting thought experiment as a book because these guys are double agents, but they're seeing things from Saw Gerrera's perspective. And some of them are starting to question it, like they find out about Alderaan, and the main character is like, oh my fucking god, an entire planet blew up. That's horrifying. But because she grew up propagandized by the Empire, like her father is one of their high-ranking admirals, she convinces herself, like, there has to be a logical explanation for why they did that. Maybe I'm not privy to it because of intel reasons. Okay, there has to be a logical reason they did that.
I mean, let's just play the modern police game and like make it real easy. What do you say every time the American police kill an unarmed person in the streets?
He was no angel?
Well, no, if they didn't, like if they would have just complied.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what she does. She's like, there has to be some reason.
Alderaan didn't comply.
Yeah, there has to be some reason this was justified.
And technically, all those senators were traitors, you know?
So there's one section of this book where when they're undercover with Saw's people, where their plan to send a message to the Empire, there's like a field trip of kids going to some event, and it's got the kids of like a bunch of really high-ranking Imperials because it's from like the fanciest boarding school in the galaxy. And their plan is literally to kidnap and murder the children of like 50 different Imperial officers to send a message.
Okay, hear me out.
Anyway, my point is there's a reason that Mon Mothma and company are reluctant to work with Saw Gerrera, and it's because he's willing to do shit like that.
That was like, so to be clear, all the Nepo babies are going to just kill a bunch of other kids?
No, they're going to kill all the Nepo babies.
Do you like Nepo babies?
Well, no, but I do like children not getting murdered.
What if one of those children was Hitler?
Well, maybe he will be, but right now he's 8. We can prevent that before having to resort to this.
Nice.
I say it every fucking time. I say it every time. Everyone talks about killing baby Hitler. Nobody ever talks about loving him so he grows up to be a good man. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm looking for something.
I think a lot of people are just worried about the time paradox thing where he's just bound to do it anyway.
Yeah, did you ever watch the 03 version of Twilight Zone?
Yeah, you're talking about the one with Forrest Whitaker?
Was he in it? I don't know.
I think he was the like narrator, dude.
Maybe he was.
Like they're like, fuck Rod Serling's dead. We need Forrest Whitaker. That's what's gonna pick it up, people.
So there's an episode. Excuse the fuck out of me, Apple. Sorry, I'm just trying to see.
I remember it was like a neighborhood of all happy families.
I mean, that's many Twilight Zone episodes you're describing there.
Yeah. But because it was 03, just trying to milk off the old vibe.
So there's an episode, I think it was the 03 one, where a time traveler goes back in time to kill Hitler, to kill baby Hitler, and he succeeds. Okay. And kills baby Hitler. And so he's confident in his own success. He goes home. The nanny in charge of minding baby Hitler finds the baby dead and is like, well, fuck, all right, gotta cover my tracks somehow. So she steals a baby from like a dead homeless woman and just passes it off as the baby because...
Which is the baby that became Hitler.
That grows up to be Hitler. There's another time travel one, I forget what, where like there's a bit where 2 time travelers are talking, and one of them's all depressed because he feels like he can't do anything and like he's powerless to stop history. And one of the comments he mutters is, I couldn't stop the Holocaust, man. I killed Strasser thinking that would take care of it, and some fucking dumbass painter named Adolf shows up and does the exact same thing.
Dog, you want to stop the Holocaust? This is going to be really fucking crazy. Hear me out.
True.
Wow, this is going to be so crazy. Hear me out. Why don't you stop a bunch of the gun makers who make all the weapons for World War I?
True.
If you put bullets in the heads of like 3 dudes, you don't have the rampant militarization happening at the same time that they're finding how to make alliances and pacts and form something of a pseudo international government, and they're not forced into the fucking problem that creates the Treaty of Versailles, which then makes the fucking Nazis. I'm sorry, but like that would actually solve your problem.
True. Also, Wadley, regarding what you said a minute ago, I agree. They can fuck themselves. The prequels, no matter what flaws they may have, of which they have many, they are interested in saying something, which is more than I can say for most movies.
The midichlorians are the powerhouse of the cell.
I actually don't fucking mind the midichlorians thing because everyone fucking, nobody listens. I didn't know cell phones fucking existed in 1999, but apparently everyone was on their goddamn iPhones that didn't exist because they weren't paying attention when Qui-Gon was talking.
BlackBerry had a little bit of texting.
Yeah, Qui-Gon does not fucking say the midichlorians are the Force. He says the midichlorians are how we communicate with the Force.
No. I was doing a pun on the cell.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But like people thought, oh, it demystifies the Force. No, it doesn't. It just explains how human beings talk to the Force. It doesn't explain what the Force is. Yeah, exactly. The midichlorians are a measurement used by an elitist council. I mean, not to say that they're completely pseudoscientific like IQ or whatever, but there are like Obi-Wan Kenobi, as far as we know, his midichlorian count is not especially fucking high, and yet he's Obi-Wan. A high midichlorian count just means you very easily communicate with the Force. That's all it means. So Anakin's count being over 20,000 or whatever, that just means that he has a very clear radio signal when fucking talking to the Force.
People really don't like those, huh?
Yeah, however, I do agree with the criticism that the Anakin virgin birth thing is fucking stupid. That's probably my least favorite thing about the prequels.
I mean, the midichlorians just wanted him there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The Force does to some extent.
Virgin birth. I don't know, guys. Sounds like you're getting your wires crossed.
Yeah, well, the virgin birth thing is a different thing. That he wasn't conceived by the midichlorians; he was conceived by the will of the Force or whatever.
Whose will, and why is he in the Force?
True. Yeah, I hate the. Well, see, that's the thing. You're referencing the power of Manny bit from the Acolyte. The Acolyte makes me like that better. Because by establishing that Anakin was not the first time it was ever done, you realize, oh, there's some fucking dark Force secrets and shit that Palpatine was getting involved in. I bet that's what's going on. Like, it makes Anakin's fucking Jesus bullshit more interesting. Star Wars is the master of retconning after the fact until the original work is good.
Bro, I'm trying to make a good sci-fi story on the first time about a fucking giant government. I can only imagine how great it would be to have how many decades now? How many dozens of writers? Like at a certain point, yeah, of course it's gonna be good. Like here's the thing, it's probably gonna be like, oh, deep Force black magic secrets, and the Jedi government was actually hiding some things, and oh, like how come XYZ person couldn't do this? Well, they had to go and burn all these records or something and like keep the oral traditions hidden and all this.
I explained to my dad, because my dad, he's a huge pussy about animation. He just refuses to watch anything animated, but he'll watch anything live action. Yeah.
Try showing him a Scanner Darkly.
I have. That doesn't count because it's live action rotoscoping to him.
So he can't take the segue from that.
Yeah, it drives me insane because every time I show him something animated, he loves it, and then he never remembers that next time I tell him to watch something animated. But anyway, as a result, he hasn't really seen Clone Wars. Like, he's seen the Tartakovsky one because that's 2 hours in length total, so I just sat his ass down and made him watch it. But Clone Wars is 7 fucking seasons. I get why he's a little reluctant to get involved.
Dude, I cannot get my father to watch anything.
Yeah, I know. Yours is a special case. He'll only watch comedies, basically.
Oh, no. It's way worse than that. Every day, this man watches, like, it's not TV Land anymore, but, like, that kind of...
Yeah, it just watches old fucking episodes of, like, Maude and shit.
Like Beverly Hillbillies or MASH.
I mean, MASH is a decent show, but I don't want to watch it every fucking day, necessarily.
MASH doesn't make sense as a show, bro.
But so because he hasn't really seen Clone Wars, he's only really seen the movies and the live action shows. So he's complained for years that Anakin's fall in Revenge of the Sith happens really fucking quickly, which is a fair criticism when you watch just the movie. But if you watch all 7 seasons of Clone Wars, Anakin's fall happens very, very, very gradually, and Revenge of the Sith is just the final straw. Also, Wadley, you should watch The Acolyte. It's fucking fantastic, and I will never stop bullying Disney Plus till they bring it back.
The Acolyte's the which one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily my favorite Star Wars project, but it was... Of all the recent Star Wars stuff, it was other than Andor, because Andor is its own fucking thing. Other than Andor, The Acolyte's probably the recent Star Wars project most interested in saying something.
The only thing is fucking Jason. What the fuck?
Jason
from The Good Place.
Oh, I've never fucking seen that. Yeah, Manny.
Yeah,
Manny something. Jacinto, something.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you fucking called. I won't spoil it, but you called the plot twist
Yeah,
about
no.
him.
Because I watched the first episode, I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
because
but
well, you were like, one, I know he has the acting skill to pull it off, and two, he's too famous to get such a small role.
he's too famous to get a small role. And did you notice we have a character who you can't see his face constantly?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guy, but like,
yeah. I mean, it was a lot of people predicted it, so it's not like it was the most shocking thing, but
it's just
still.
like, what the fuck is this?
You know who else had a tiny role in that? You know, Philosophy Tube,
I think.
the YouTube Abigail Thorne, the YouTuber who does like
Yes.
progress. She, for some reason, plays one of the witches.
Huh, good for her.
Oh, it is. It's just like before the show came out, like 2 years in advance, they announced Abigail Thorne has joined the cast. I'm like, wait, Philosophy Tube is an actress? I mean, okay, I'll give it a shot.
You need to watch The Good Place, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of have been meaning to. I just haven't gotten to it.
Because like it's one of those things. The longer you wait, the more you will be spoiled.
I've managed to, other than seeing the occasional screenshot from it, like the one where they talk about how Columbus was in hell or whatever, like I've seen that, but otherwise I haven't really seen any spoilers.
Fun fact: Columbus is in the bad place.
Yeah, because of the whole slave trade thing.
for all the slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, the thing, I know you're referencing it from a Lego skit, Wadley, but the power of one, the power of two, the power of many. Like that's just a chant the weird Force witches do, and yeah, it sounds like a little funny, but it's not. Like people acted like that was the showrunner of the show, like wearing a pink pussy hat and flashing her tits to the viewer.
What'd you say Jason's actor was named?
Manny something. Let me find out.
No, see,
Manny Jacinto or Jacinto.
It's just a misunderstanding on everyone's part. Please, now, put that to the side, and then pull up the thing by Wadley.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. See. It's just about the power of Manny, guys.
Ha, true.
It's just a clear misunderstanding here.
Yeah. So anyway, to give as few spoilers as possible, Wadley, one of the main characters, because there's these two twin girls who are let's say the protagonists of The Acolyte. Well, one's a hero, one's a villain, and then we find out the lines are blurrier than that. Anyway, they're twins. They grew up in this weird coven of lesbian Force witches. Technically, we don't know for sure they're lesbians, but at least two of them are, so whatever.
I really think it's wild okay, listen, it's a coven of witches. In other words, some people just gonna be lesbians. That's just
I'm joking a little, but two of the witches in particular are explicitly stated to be together. So I don't know if the rest of them are all banging each other or if it's just like a monastic thing. I don't know. But the headmistress and whatever her name is are explicitly a couple.
Could be
like,
though.
Yeah, they're the parents to the two girls.
Great.
And the show didn't go on long enough to fucking get to this, but it indicates that basically they do like the scans and they determine, wait a minute, these girls weren't woman born in the natural sense. They were conceived using the Force through unknown means.
Little twin black Anakin babies.
Yeah. By the way, that's the one thing that was weird to me, and you might know the answer. They have, as adults, they have the same actress playing both twins.
Yeah.
But in the flashbacks when they're kids, they have two actresses.
Yes.
Is that just because a dual role is a challenge for a 9-year-old? Like,
I think it's more of a child's rights issues because they can only film for so long, and there's they need backups and safety things.
Yeah, so I'm just curious why they didn't just cast two twins as the twins. It doesn't actually matter at all. It's just like, oh, it's interesting that they're non-identical as children, but then as adults they're identical.
You
know what? It probably would have fucking made sense in season 2. That's my guess.
Or I could be pessimistic about this and say you're not gonna pay attention that much, and we could get this cheaper and easier.
Maybe.
And
Also,
the twins that hard.
One of the two girls is the little girl from Violent Night, which is a movie I love quite a bit. So I was happy to see her again.
Maybe they just wanted that little girl and she didn't have a twin.
Yeah, and like I said, for an actress who would have been like 9 when the show was shot, playing a dual role would be like very challenging. That is the kind of thing you want an adult to get in on.
Shirley Temple could do it.
Okay, but Shirley Temple can do anything. That's a different thing. You're welcome to spoil all these shows for me. After Ahsoka, I don't think I plan on getting into any of these for a long time. It's a shame because it's a shame because on average, despite all my issues with Disney and like their fucking gray color palettes or whatever, most of their Star Wars shit has overall been pretty good. Like even fucking Skeleton Crew, which everyone kind of forgets about. Skeleton Crew is pretty good.
I just felt like at a certain point it was buckshot.
What is that?
As in just like...
Oh, like as in shoot at the wall and see what sticks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant buckshot was like a character I didn't know, because I can believe that. But yeah, I mean, Star Wars does definitely fire a lot at the wall, and some of it sticks and some doesn't. But like what's the worst that a fucking Disney era Star Wars project? Let's discount the movies because Rise of Skywalker is its own fucking can of worms. So if we're talking like see, I agree with you on the movies, but for the TV shows I've seen, man, if some of them are ass, I wouldn't say ass.
Well, so some of them are ass.
Like, what's the worst they get? The Obi-Wan show? I mean, that's not great, but it's still got some good shit in it. Ahsoka has its issues, but again, it's still got some good shit in it. Like, you can't introduce to me a character like Baylan Skoll and have me come away saying the show is bad. Like, Baylan Skoll's too interesting a character for that. Sorry.
If I gave you a plate with a very nice meal on it, and then I took some dirt and like I poured it all on and like around the meal and like really just covered it. And I'm like, yeah, there's some good stuff in there. You just kind of got to sift through a bunch of dirt.
Well, I mean, using the logic,
I don't want it.
Like, if we're taking this literally, then you can stir the food till the part with the dirt is on the napkin and the untouched part of the food is there to eat. Like, if we're using that analogy.
Sure, but, I mean, how much effort does that take when originally you were supposed to just be presented a meal?
Also, if we're going to use an analogy like that, it's not so much dirt got poured on, it's more just, like, seasoning that wasn't very good.
I don't know, man.
Like, Ahsoka's got its flaws for sure, but if you're going to call it bad TV, you're just lying. Like, sorry. It's too well made to be considered bad. You might not like the story, you might think that, like, they don't go anywhere with the character. That's fine. You might even be right. But, like, let's not pretend that it's badly written. It's just not written
I think
amazingly.
It's boring, trivial, nothing new, and kind of just filler. It feels like a filler episode.
Yeah, that's fine. You can say, like, a filler episode is a valid criticism. It's just that to say it sucks. Like, I don't know. Maybe I've just seen enough bad movies, but, like
it's not entertaining.
I watched fucking 10,000 BC last night, all right? After watching that movie, nothing Ahsoka throws at me can I call a bad show.
Something being bad and something being badly made are not the same thing, though.
Yeah, like Ahsoka, again, has its flaws. Like, they don't necessarily... It's definitely Dave Filoni playing with his action figures, but what he creates by playing with his action figures has its moments.
It's like, all right, someone can take a bunch of, like, wood, right? And, like, build it into a house that's ridiculous, repetitive, nonsensical, and it just kind of feels like it's there to take up space. And don't get me wrong, technically, yeah, I could put my bed in it. It has a working bathroom. It has its moments. It doesn't mean it's a good usage of resources, that I like it, or that it makes me happy, or that it's entertaining, or that does the original purpose of art.
Well, yeah, but to use that analogy, like after
TV.
Yeah, but like to use that analogy, if Ahsoka is like a Motel 6 that isn't very nice, like fair, but I've slept under bridges.
Okay. And
I want to address this. I agree with you on the pacing. Ahsoka's pacing is a little iffy at times. The final scene, I don't know which one was the final scene, but you can't say it goes nowhere if there's another season coming.
And now this is where I'm going to once again invoke the spirit of the great saint, James Cameron.
Yeah, I know.
Because the bar here is too fucking low. And we need to raise the bar up. Just because you can sleep under a bridge, where's the standing?
Didn't Thrawn's ship arrive in open space way out in the middle of nowhere and, like, the New Republic doesn't know yet? Like, presumably there will be a big battle with their fleet, like, next season.
What's all the money for?
For Rosario Dawson to spend 7 hours in the fucking makeup chair before shooting. I get it, trust me. Again, I'm not saying Ahsoka's the best fucking thing ever made. I'm just saying that if that's as terrible as your Star Wars gets, you're eating pretty fucking good. We could always go back to the fucking Ewoks cartoon. You want to go back to the 80s era Ewoks cartoon? I watched all 2 seasons of it, and it was fucking painful.
I want to go back to rarely getting a fucking movie, and it just being about them wanting to tell a story with a meaning, and then not getting anything else, and then doing something else with my time.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's a valid take. I'm just saying, let's not pretend that because it was a little disappointing that Ahsoka is fucking Swamp Ape or goddamn The Other or whatever, any of these other terrible fucking movies.
No, where I'm coming at it is this. It's no one is saying, oh, this is the worst thing ever made, but this is oversaturation of mild, bland shit. Like you're saying,
that part is true.
Worst ever, but like it is drowning in oatmeal.
Yeah, that is true. And Star Wars seems to be learning that lesson.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, they do seem to be learning that lesson because they are decreasing how much shit they put out.
Yeah, and like I think that's where a lot of the basis of these feelings come from. It's all this money, all to just throw it in a torrent of oatmeal.
And yeah, trust me, I have not loved every fucking Star Wars project they've put out, but I haven't hated any of them. Whereas I have fucking hated some of the Marvel shit they've put out. Like, I don't know about hated, but I really disliked the latest Captain America. I was not a fan of Ironheart at all.
Which one was the latest Captain America?
Brave New World. The Sam Wilson one. Which is a shame, because I loved Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then he gets his own movie, and it sucks.
I am not caring about Marvel until I see my man, the only guy that matters, Doctor Doom. And based on how Doctor Doom is treated, I will either go forward or I'm just done.
Well, we got to see him from the back for half a second in Fantastic Four.
Here's the problem. Here's the true problem. If I see this motherfucker's face, I'm gonna be
mad. I
need to know if they can move on from having to have the Hollywood star's face be seen. I truly need to understand if they see this as being a necessity. Because if it is, I'm out, bro. I'm fucking done.
When they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, you were talking to me about it, and you said, I think you were hoping / thinking, and I am too, that they're pulling a sneaky on us. I really hope that what they do is they just do a straight take on Doom and let Robert Downey Jr. do something completely fucking insane with his performance.
Because,
I hope that's what they're doing.
In the best world that we could live in, Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor that we know. Like, he is. Tropic Thunder. We've seen A Scanner Darkly. We've seen various other performances that he shoots for the fucking moon.
Oppenheimer. He won an Oscar for that fucking thing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he'd agree. What you got was him writing Tony Stark's story as far as he could, and then what the fuck's he supposed to do?
Yeah, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I said about the first Iron Man movie. I love it. It's a great movie, like even still today, especially compared to some of the later ones. But it did, through no fault of its own, set a lot of very bad precedents.
What do you mean by that? I'm curious.
Well, I say very bad, like they're making the worst movies ever. They're not. They're just making movies that all feel samey. But the whole notion of having the hero constantly be making jokes, like Iron Man is what set that idea, and then they ran with it in later movies. Or, and again, none of this is this movie's fault. They were doing what they thought was right for that movie, and they were right. It was right for that movie.
Tony Stark does this. Not everyone does this.
Yeah, like Captain Marvel shouldn't necessarily talk like Tony Stark does. Now I'm not picky about her character really, so like if she's also a fucking quipster, whatever. But like, or the other thing is, and this is more in the comics. So they reinvented Iron Man's personality a lot in that movie.
Isn't that because Homeboy was a recovering alcoholic?
It's not because of that, but I'm sure that was one of many things that fueled the way he played the character. That is, however, why Iron Man 2 only very loosely adapts the Demon in the Bottle storyline. Because the original idea for Iron Man 2 was to adapt that storyline, and Robert Downey Jr. actually went to Jon Favreau and said, hey, can we downplay that? I don't want to get in the state I'd have to be in to play that role because I might relapse.
Oh.
And so Jon Favreau was like, good thinking. So there's still a few like scenes from that storyline in the movie, but they changed it around a lot. They made it a lot more implicit that he was drinking too much. But like if you watch like the 90s Iron Man cartoon, for example, it's not to say that Iron Man never cracks a joke, because he does from time to time, but he's a lot more straight-laced and business-like with how he approaches being Iron Man. And then Robert Downey Jr. comes in and plays it totally differently, and that works perfectly for that movie. The problem is every Iron Man adaptation since has just been doing a Robert Downey Jr. impression.
Yeah. Fuck.
I used to say that about Jameson as well with J.K. Simmons, but then I watched the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, which predates his role, and he's also doing a J.K. Simmons impression, even though the role didn't exist yet. So clearly that's just how J. Jonah Jameson is.
I think J.K. Simmons literally just researched every part of that role he could and did that perfectly.
Yeah, well, literally every version since has been played either by him or by someone doing an impression of him.
Well, okay, he's I think the one of the few that's earned it.
Oh yeah, I'm not necessarily complaining.
Hugh Jackman, and
yeah, because Jameson is just like that. Because, like I said, if you watch the version from before J.K. Simmons, he still acts exactly the same. So that's just how Jameson is.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, the way he's portrayed in the 90s cartoon might be my favorite part of that cartoon. And that's a cartoon I love.
That's the one where, like, anytime someone tries threatening him, he's like, fuck no, I'm not giving you information. Right?
Yeah. Well, the most famous...
threaten J. Jonah Jameson to do shit. It's weird.
Well, the most famous instance of that is from the first Raimi movie, but he does things like that in the cartoon as well. Like the cartoon really makes it clear that Jameson is an exceptionally principled journalist with one character flaw being his irrational hatred of Spider-Man.
Which I actually love that for him. Like, I love that. He's allowed to hate Spider-Man. If you think about it, and you don't have the context, I get it.
Like, other than, and like, obviously he yells, Parker, like he yells all the time. But he, like, if you come for him or his employees, there is nothing he will not do to stop you. To the point that there's a multi-part episode of the show where Peter, he takes a new job working for Wilson Fisk.
This is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, because he doesn't know yet that Fisk is Kingpin. And he was offered the job because they needed a patsy. So Peter gets framed for treason against the U.S. government.
That's fun.
And he's on trial. He's like, oh, fuck. And then Matt Murdock walks in and says, Mr. Parker, I'm your lawyer. And he says, like, hey, you're Matt Murdock. Like, he knows of him. He goes, but I can't afford your services. And Murdock says, it's taken care of. There's a grant. And then later on, he confesses, I don't even know for sure who the grant belongs to. I was just offered the money, so I took the case. And then at the end of that little 2-3 episode storyline, Peter doesn't find out, but we, the audience, find out that the grant was paid for by Jameson.
Okay, I have to just throw a fucking slight flag on the play.
Yeah.
Matt Murdock charges just to protect people?
No, most versions don't. This version seemed to go with a more like it's unclear if he does charge or if Peter was just under the impression he charged.
Because I thought Matt Murdock didn't charge people.
It's not that he never does, but he does good first and charges second.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Like, nice tabloid boy getting framed for treason. Seems like a good pro bono case, my boy.
Yeah, well, the implication is that he would have taken it had the money not shown up. But also, it is like a cartoon for 7-year-olds, so they have to simplify it a little bit.
No, they don't.
Well, they feel the need to. On a similar note with Jameson, they couldn't be explicit about this because of Saturday morning cartoon SMP, but they very, very strongly imply in the cartoon that Jameson's wife was murdered by the mafia to try to silence a story he was writing about them.
Yeah.
Or specifically, the implication is that it was an assassination attempt on him and they missed and shot his wife instead. Now, again, they couldn't be explicit because Saturday morning cartoon, but...
And you know why he missed that shot, Parker?
Why?
Because the sniper got scared and slightly jumped from a spider.
Well, the funny as your joke is,
That's just a spider fan.
The implication actually is that it was like a drive-by with a Tommy gun. Because what they do is he looks at at his wedding photo with his wife, and he kind of closes his eyes, and we hear like overlaid sound effects of tire screech, Tommy gun fire, screaming, and then he just goes, I won't let it happen again.
Larry, they found me.
Yeah, I know. Imagine you just actually fucking went Charlie Kirk, and I'm like, wait, what? That was real?
That'd be terrible.
Yeah, it would be terrible. I'd be devastated.
Oh, gosh. No, I was going Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I like that he pulled that trick, because that trick wouldn't really work on somebody less naive than them, but it does work on them.
I don't think it's about naivety. I think it's about... Okay, spoilers if you haven't seen Breaking Bad.
Let me rephrase. People who know little enough about guns that they would fall for that trick, because most snipers are not going to use a laser dot sight because they don't want their target to notice the laser dot sight.
I don't even think so, because like theoretically it could have been done.
Oh yeah, it certainly could have, but like if he were pulling that trick on like an Army Rangers veteran or whatever, they'd look down and go, a sniper would just kill me without letting me know they were there. These are fake, aren't they? Like somebody who knew the situation.
He didn't want to kill them. He wanted them to take the money.
Yeah, I know, but he wanted them to think he could kill them.
Yeah. Okay. So to be clear, if he was doing that trick on like an Army vet or something.
Yeah, that's obviously a whole different thing. That guy.
Well, sure, but you would just have one of the two dudes fire a fucking gun next to them.
Oh yeah, I'm not criticizing Walt the character or Vince Gilligan the writer. I'm just like saying that I could very easily see another movie where someone tries that.
That's very true. I mean, it just worked in that show because
at
that point he was well known to be a fucking drug lord.
Yeah, and also Breaking Bad is so fucking good that I'll accept conceits from it that I wouldn't from a lesser show. And that's bias on my part, but like most of the time when a movie uses Kickstart My Heart for an action scene, I kind of get annoyed because it's been done so many fucking times. But the Blue Beetle movie is so good otherwise that when they do it, I was like, yeah, they can have it as a treat. I'll let them have it. I'll give you this one.
If I had a nickel for every project that featured the Cobra Kai kid as well as Kickstart My Heart, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's kind of weird that it happened twice.
It makes sense in Cobra Kai given what it's about.
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny if like what is like his theme song is just Kickstart.
Well, he's not even in the scene that uses Kickstart My Heart, ironically. In fact, they probably picked it as a shout out to Cobra Kai, if we're being real. Because they could have used any song in that scene. There's actually so one of the tropes that drives me fucking crazy is when a character picks up a gun and then it's empty and they didn't know. Because it's always a guy picking up the gun who knows guns really fucking well and would therefore immediately know that the gun is empty.
I think the idea is in the moment you can't check for a bullet because you're aiming it at someone.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of scenes where like he grabs it and then slowly creeps in, and he didn't think to check in that time either. Like, anyway,
yeah,
that trope drives me crazy. But one of the instances of it I love, even though it's a movie I don't love otherwise, is Taken, because the guy who pulls it on Liam Neeson is retired, and when it clicks, Liam Neeson kind of smirks and he goes, "See, Stewart," or whatever the character's name was. See, that's the thing about being retired, Stuart. You start forgetting things. You start forgetting things like how much heavier a loaded gun is. And it's like, oh, like when I saw the movie, I was like, oh, that's actually clever because that drives me up the fucking wall. How many movies feature like a Delta Force veteran pick up a handgun he's picked up 1,000,000 times before, not knowing it's empty? I'm like, dude. If that's his fucking gun and he's Delta Force, he can tell you how many bullets are in that gun without pulling the mag out.
I always thought it was someone else's gun was like usually the big.
A lot of the time it is, but sometimes it's that guy's gun, or it's not that guy's gun, but like he's so highly trained that any gun he picks up, he'd know how the weight difference, like he'd feel the difference in the handle here as he raised it like that. Like
they're all dumb.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I liked that Taken actually acknowledged it. Like, oh, see, you acknowledge why the guy made that mistake, because he's getting sloppy, because he's retired. That's clever. Or, like, if you have a movie where it's like, oh, yeah, he is a really good gunman, but he always uses the Beretta, so he wouldn't know the Glock very well. So, yeah, it does make sense that he doesn't know the weight difference of the Glock.
I want a Glock for Christmas.
I think you just want a Glock in general.
Yeah, but like, if you put it on your Christmas list, it's gonna come true because Santa Claus.
That's true. Die Hard, that's another great example of that. Die Hard, he gives the empty gun to Hans Gruber, and Hans doesn't know it because he doesn't use a Beretta. That movie's so fucking good, man. There's a reason I watch it every year. It's so fucking good. You know what I love in that fucking scene? I know you've only seen it like once or twice. Do you know how it is that John knew that Hans was lying to him? Because it's a clever trick, because Hans gets caught and then puts on a fake American accent and passes himself off as one of the hostages who escaped. And then when he's asked his name, he gives a name that is on the board for offices. So when John looks at it, he's like, yeah, there is a William Clay here. That makes sense. The moment he at least suspects, if not knows, that this is Hans, is he holds his cigarette wrong.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like 3 beers.
Yeah, except 20 years earlier. He offers Hans a cigarette, and he is holding it like this, like an American does. And Hans, who's supposed to be American, holds it like a European does. Now, granted, he could also be accidentally outing himself as a pothead, but... Because potheads also tend to hold them like that, because they're used to holding hand-rolled joints that are a little more delicate. Which is also the reason Europeans do it, because they tend to hand-roll their cigarettes because it's cheaper.
Is that why they hold them like that?
I mean, I'm sure there's other reasons too, but yeah, Europe, because it's cheaper to hand roll your own cigarettes, Europeans do more often than Americans do.
Well, no, I mean, I know Americans who hand roll their cigarettes, and I don't know anyone who, like, who doesn't hold their shit like this.
Well, now it's just a cultural thing, but like I would guess that because Europeans are used to holding hand rolled and therefore more delicate cigarettes, that they got used to holding it with 3 fingers.
I'm not gonna lie. Like anytime I see someone smoking weed and they like do it with their fingers like this, I just assume they're a cop. That's the real sign they're a cop.
I tend to just do it with these two for whatever reason.
Like it just looks suspicious. Like
Yeah, and I'm a bad judge of that. I don't know if it's like a fucking Spurglord thing or what, but there's lots of weird little shit I do differently from everybody else, and like some people would think I was a spy for noticing that.
like
Like when I eat like a steak or whatever, I cut with the knife in my left hand just cuz like that's how I've always done it. But that's not like the ultra fancy way. So if somebody saw me doing that, they might suspect I was like hiding something.
I don't know, man. It's just giving the vibes of that iCarly scene.
Which one?
Hello, my fellow teenagers.
Oh, I forgot that was from iCarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of. I mean, there's lots of reasons why people do a million different things. Like, I hold my mouth a certain way when I'm sitting still because of the shape of my teeth and jaw. You know, like.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's just like some people activate the uncanny valley with their actions.
Yeah.
And it's just
Here's a weird one I've discovered recently. So, generally, if you're right or left-handed, you tend to be right or left-footed as well. Like, makes sense, right? I have noticed that clearly I am right-footed because on my socks, the right sock always gets holes faster than the left. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, how I'm walking that's causing that problem, but
go learn how to fight southpaw. That'll fix your problem.
I could. I mean, I'm not. I'm not worried about. Oh yeah, that's another weird thing. I'm right-handed at almost everything, but on the rare occasion I play baseball or hockey or whatever, I bat left-handed.
I always knew you batted a little differently from the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's weird. It's one because holding it like this feels weird and holding it like this feels good. But it's also, for whatever reason, my left arm has always been a little bit stronger, but my right hand has always been had a little bit more precision to its. Like I've been able to hold it steadier.
Huh.
And so, since you kind of steer the bat from down here, it was just my instinct the first time I ever picked up a baseball bat to hold it like that and bat lefty.
My experience with a baseball bat is field day and keeping one in the corner. Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't fucking play any of that very often, but like back in gym class or whatever.
That's a yeah, that was just never really my sport.
I mean, I wasn't very good at it either, but like I liked gym class and I liked most of my teachers, so if the game was baseball, I was going to do my best at it.
By the way, I wanted to ask, when you refer to yourself as the Eggman, are you saying you are? Choose from the following options, please.
It's the good one, don't worry.
Hold on. A, the villain from Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
B, a walrus.
Yes.
C, a man who likes to bathe himself in eggs.
No.
D, all of the above.
No, definitely not all of the above. I am the walrus cuckoo cuckoo. Also, why the fuck is he called? Okay, I know fuck all about Sonic. Why is he sometimes called Robotnik and sometimes called Eggman?
Okay. So his name is Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, like pretend I don't know what Sonic is.
Well, Sonic is a hedgehog.
No, yeah, like, but pretend I've never heard of Sonic the Hedgehog. Explain to me why he is sometimes Eggman and sometimes Robotnik.
So Sonic likes to make fun of people, and he calls him Eggman because he's really round and looks like an egg and bald.
That's it?
Pretty much. And then you can throw other shit into it if you want. But that's
okay. Because when I was a kid, basically just because my friends were playing it, I played some of Sonic Heroes, and some of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Ooh, Sonic Heroes was bussin'.
Yeah, and in both of those, they meaning every character exclusively calls him Eggman, as if that was his fucking name, and like the subtitles call him Eggman and everything.
So once he's already gotten beat by Sonic a couple times, you have a famous hero calling him Eggman, and it just catches on.
Okay, that makes sense then. Because I didn't know if it was like a translation thing from Japanese. Because you get that with like JoJo's or whatever. Like sometimes the names get changed in translation.
Everyone's just calling him bitch constantly, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, like I remember once one of my friends in high school was showing me a clip from JoJo's, and it was, all their fucking villains are named after musicians.
Oh my god.
And so Steely Dan was one of them. But for rights reasons, the subtitles rendered it as Dan of Steel instead. Like
Dan of Steel, there's ACDC, ASI, it's like spelled ACDC. It's a lot.
By the way, that movie Spermageddon I was talking about, the girl spends most of the movie wearing a T-shirt that's in the ACDC font, but it says ABCD.
I really feel like there was an opportunity to put something funny there.
They were maybe they were. I don't know. Maybe they were just going for like, yeah, that looks like the shirt that a 16-year-old's parents would buy. Because it does.
There's got to be a joke here, folks.
Yeah, it might have also just been going with there's a degree of innocence to these characters type of thing.
Isn't there like a clean Christian band was like ABDC or something like that?
There was a joke in The Simpsons about a Christian AC/DC cover band called ADBC. I don't know if they're real. I'm assuming no.
After that was like named.
It might be. I mean, I once saw a guy wearing an AC/DC shirt, but it said Jesus, and the lightning bolt was the S.
I sometimes, or not sometimes, I haven't seen him in a long time, but a long time ago. Actually, yeah, I was in a different place too. But there was a biker dude who he had like this whole jacket, and it was Sons of Solomon, and like I think it was a Jewish biker gang, but I'm not completely sure.
Yeah. Or it could have been like a temple, but it was like a joke gift, like from a Halloween thing or something.
Nah, man. It was like a legitimate fucking jacket.
Well, yeah, I'm just, it might not be from a biker gang. It might be emulating a biker gang.
Whoa, no one said biker gang.
What? Didn't you just say Jewish biker gang?
Well, I meant biker club, of course.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it could be from a real club, or it could be from, like, a parody of a club. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he sounded serious about it.
Oh, yeah, he probably was. I actually once, this is in, like, New Jersey, at the boardwalk in New Jersey with my fucking grandma and shit.
What did you do in New Jersey?
No, I didn't do anything. I saw a kid wearing a Home Depot parody T-shirt that was like about Jesus. Like it said, like the slogan Home Depot, you can build it, we can help.
Yeah.
And it was like, it said like Christ's, like instead of saying Home Depot, it said like Christ Church or whatever. You can build it, he can help. And this kid was like 10, and I was just sitting there watching this, like I was on the fucking roller coaster looking at this goddamn kid's shirt thinking like, I really hope your parents are making you wear that and you grow up. I don't care if you're Christian. I do care if you wear cringy Christian clothes.
I feel like most t-shirt logos are cringy, or things are cringy.
Yeah, a lot of them are. That's why I'm wearing the this one here.
I'm shiny.
Nope, wrong one. Here we go. I am wearing a shirt featuring a picture of a Klansman being lynched with a rolled-up Confederate flag.
Saw
Is that-
that someone had made a whole line of clothes where there was that, but like with like a bunch of hell flames. And
Yeah.
shit.
I stepped out for a sec. Did y'all talk about Spider-Man yet? No, I haven't actually
We're
gotten around
waiting
to
for you.
Yeah,
We're
I
waiting
haven't
for you.
gotten to your video about it that you posted today, but I'm gonna watch that after this.
All right, Alex, what do you want to say about Spider-Man? What's the question? What's the topic?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's referring to the new trailer for the new movie. I saw it. It was pretty good. Has nice color, unlike most Marvel movies. Looks like an actual Spider-Man movie. That's good.
I am not even watching any trailers. I'm just waiting for the movie.
Yeah, I normally do that. I only watched it because someone sent me the link, so I was like, well, I'm not going to be rude.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Does this one feel more systematic? Did you mean cinematic? Because I think it does. It is a different director. Isn't it the guy who did Wonder Man directing it? Let me see. Spider-Man, Brand New Day. I love how far you have to get into the Wikipedia for a Marvel movie before they mention director. Like, you have to get all the way down here to get to the director's name.
Because all that matters is the corporations.
Well, with most movies, it's not like that on Wikipedia. So he did Shang-Chi, which I thought was decent. I didn't love it, but it was decent. He did do Wonder Man. Okay, yeah, then my excitement for Spider-Man just shot up like 5,000% then. If it's the Wonder Man guy behind it, then yes. Wait, what?
What?
Apparently this guy, Daniel Destin Cretton, or whatever his name, Destin Daniel Cretton, has been hired to direct and co-write a movie adaptation of Naruto?
What?
Yeah. Here we go. I mean, this is just talking about the various Naruto animated movies that they've made. But yeah, they've been trying to get a live action one made like for years, and I guess he's the guy who is currently signed on.
Naruto is one of those great examples of like, do you know, like some characters are just fucking evil, but they're not the villains, and no one ever points it out. But like, goddamn, fuck some characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're just like assholes for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and like no one ever holds them accountable.
Are you saying Naruto is one of those?
I'm saying the third Hokage is one of those.
Oh, yeah, true. Because Naruto is an asshole, but like, can you blame him?
He is a literal goddamn orphan.
Yeah, and an orphan whom the rest of the village is terrified of.
The rest of the village treats like absolute shit. And all right, spoiler guys, if you haven't fucking finished Naruto for, I don't know, 20 years.
I haven't finished it, but I watched enough of it that I know all the basics.
His dad's the fucking fourth Hokage.
Yeah. I fucking called that before they revealed it, by the way, when I was a kid.
Nice.
Or at least before they revealed it in the show version. But they showed like one image of the fourth Hokage. I'm like, that's Naruto's dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very coincidental with the Mount Rushmore. But don't forget this guy was like making money, doing all this work, had a salary. Tells the third Hokage, take care of my kid. I gotta go save the village.
Yeah.
Third Hokage goes, fuck this kid. I'm putting him in an apartment on the outskirts of the village, and he is literally gonna have to eat trash because I'm not giving him enough food.
Yeah, he did the fucking Dumbledore thing. He did the same shit Dumbledore did. Oh my god, fucking Harry Potter, dude. Harry Potter, like, upon my watch of Harry Potter and the Stone, I just realized, like, Harry Potter's entire starting status quo doesn't make any fucking sense.
What do you mean?
I said this to you once before, off stream. Harry Potter's living situation at the beginning of the first movie, I'm talking the movies here, but in the book as well, is a child's imagined idea of what an abusive household looks like. A child
Yeah.
not in an abusive household, I should say.
Okay, because it's written by J.K. Rowling, who
At least Dumbledore explained that Voldemort can't find him if he's with the Dursleys. Yeah, but that's a stupid plot device that she didn't write till like the 6th book, and it didn't even make it into the movies. So fuck that. Or maybe it did make it into the movies. I don't fucking know. It's been a while since I saw all of them.
I mean, it's just J.K. Rowling can't write. Everything about the stories are bad.
Well, it's weird, and I hate to fucking bring this up because whatever a piece of shit she has been since, she didn't deserve this. She had an abusive household. Her husband used to like fucking beat the shit out of her.
Okay, so I sympathize with that. Doesn't make her writing less shit.
No, it doesn't.
No,
What I'm saying is that you'd think somebody who had literally escaped an abusive household would have a more realistic grasp on what an abusive household looks like.
No.
But yeah, you'd think, but apparently not. Because like the Dursleys, like I said, they're a child's idea of abusive parents because they're mean and they make him sleep under the stairs and like do chores and shit.
He doesn't get as many presents.
He doesn't get any presents, it seems. And like, yeah, that is what a child imagines an abusive household to look like, but like they're feeding him, clothing him. They clearly took him to an optometrist at some fucking point because he has eyeglasses that are good. They're not like
he gets to go to the zoo.
Yeah, and I mean, granted that you see a lot of this you could logic out. You could be like, oh, well, they don't trust him alone in the house. Like, oh, they got him glasses because
if it was really like that.
Yeah. Oh, they gave him glasses because he knocked something over. Like, yeah, you can logic all this stuff out.
I'd lock him in the room if it was really like that.
Yeah.
Bro.
As one of my film professors taught me, when it comes to basic elements of scenes, the audience should never have to logic out where something is or why something looks like that, unless the mystery is on purpose, of course. But he was telling us, if you're shooting a scene that takes place in a coffee shop, it has to be immediately obvious that you're in a coffee shop. You can't repurpose another thing to look like a coffee shop and make the audience go, oh, it's supposed to be a coffee shop. Like, if you can't make it look immediately obvious, rewrite the script and find a new location.
Unless it's in the future.
Well, yeah, if you're doing like intentional mystery stuff, that's different. But like, so they're feeding Harry. They're giving him shitty clothes, but they are clothing him. They're not only does he have glasses, but he has prescription glasses because they could have bought one of those cheap little 4-packs of generic reading glasses from the gas station. But no, his are proper fucking prescription glasses.
You could say that the food they gave him was dog shit, but they're British. Everyone eats dog shit.
Yeah, the books leaned more into that like they put less effort into what he gets to eat for dinner, or maybe they did. Maybe I'm making that up. He's usually making them the fucking meals, at least as depicted in the movie. So presumably he's like eating whatever's. Now, granted, with Dudley's fucking fat ass eating everything, you might not get much left. But
well, you just don't put it all out then. Wow.
Yeah, I think that was what they said, was that Dudley was such a fucking fat pig that a lot of the time he would eat like almost all of it, and Harry would just have to scrape together the leftovers. But like,
what are you talking about? Just make yourself a plate before you put the food out, Harry.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that he's 10. Maybe he wouldn't think of that. I get it, but still,
what do you mean, Harry? There's food. I don't think this takes a brain surgeon.
Yeah, like in real life, as I told you from the stream I was watching, where the woman was talking about having to teach teenage girls how to wash themselves because they were so neglected. Like, that's what an abusive household would look like. Would Harry, like, he'd be 11 and not know how to wipe his ass because his foster parents never taught him, or he'd be like wearing his hair a certain way to hide his black eye. Like, that's what an actual abusive household would look like. But instead, Harry lives in a child's fantasy version of an abusive household where he eats 3 meals a day, but his dad is kind of mean.
They don't even verbally abuse him much. Like, Harry don't get mad at the sound of clinking dishes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could fucking read. You're right. They taught him. Now, granted, school could have taught him that, but like, Yeah, and like they also, he was an infant when they dropped him off, and they don't know about the magic Voldemort he can't find us here thing. So if they really hate this fucking kid, why didn't they just drop him off at the fire station or like drown him in the tub? Like you could have done all that.
I'm not gonna lie. There is one option that if JK was good at writing, she'd put in.
What's that?
They wanted the money and didn't know how to find it.
Well, what money would? Well, that's the thing. They don't know he's worth anything.
Well, they do know that his dead parents seem to have everything they ever wanted.
Do they? Do they even know much about his dead parents? Like, obviously, Petunia knows Lily because they grew up together, but in terms of, like, their post-high school life, do they even know his fucking parents?
I would assume a little. I don't know the specifics, actually.
Like, she knows that her sister married a guy named James Potter and had a child with him, but, like, did she go to the fucking wedding? I got no implication of that. They show the wedding photo. The Dursleys aren't in it. Has she seen her fucking sister like once since they graduated high school? It's unclear.
JK's bad at writing.
Yeah, his dad was rich. Does she know that? I don't think so. She seems to barely be aware of who James Potter was.
I just feel like there'd be some way she'd know something. But yeah,
well, yeah, they could have, but the fucking plot gives no indication that they have any idea that Harry has any money to his name.
Because guess what? JK has never actually needed money, doesn't really consider money the fucking way that real people do. And so you end up with this weird, like, she just doesn't take it seriously.
Also,
well, sure,
granted, I don't know the UK adoption laws as strictly as the US, and I don't know a ton about the US either, because I've never been in the situation myself, but like I don't think the Dursleys would get any money from the state. Like if they were foster parents, they would.
If there's an estate that Harry's entitled to, but he's not of age to control it yet.
Yeah, but within the Muggle world, they had no money.
I mean,
like within the Muggle world, James and Lily Potter basically didn't exist. Like legal, obviously there'd be like hospital records of a kid named James Potter born, but like they wouldn't have like financial records tied to their names or credit cards taken out or.
No, they're clearly not suffering.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm like. They lived entirely within the Wizarding world, so their like on paper presence in the Muggle world would be rather limited. So therefore, they like in Muggle money, they presumably had no such estate.
So realistically, how does the Dursleys not even think Harry's parents were dead before they were dead?
Dumbledore left a note, didn't he?
Well, no. I'm saying like. Because if they completely lived in the wizard world, you would already assume they're dead at that point. Because you haven't talked to your sister in like how long?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't think she literally never talked to her, but they certainly weren't on friendly terms. I don't know if James would even have the British equivalent of a social security number because he was raised by wizards. I'd assume that he has like some degree of legal presence in the Muggle world, but not much. Lily presumably has more because she grew up in a Muggle house.
Okay, so I am just a lowly person who did not read the books.
I only read the first couple, and I did it 20 years ago, so I don't remember them well.
People say things like the Wizarding world and the human world, but here's something I'm never completely following. It doesn't, like, it doesn't feel like the Wizarding world is that big. Like
it's not. It's tiny. It's minuscule.
It's like a theme park.
Yeah, basically, which was not always intentional.
It doesn't make sense. I don't understand what this means. And are you saying they all live in that one city that I saw?
No, they don't all live there, but that's
so where
their
the fuck
equivalent.
Do they live?
Well, like, some of them do live amongst the Muggles, I guess.
How would you not? This doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah, no, it doesn't. J.K. Rowling, she didn't make the map infographic. Someone made that for her, but they made it based on her world-building details that she put on, like, Pottermore or wherever. According to her, there is one fucking wizarding school for the entirety of Africa.
Yeah, because J.K. Rowling's racist.
Oh, yeah, I know, but then there's like 3 just for Western Europe. Like, fuck you! Are you telling me wizards are way more common there?
No, she's telling you she doesn't give a fuck about Africa and is not doing anything to learn about it.
By the way, I meant to mention this when we were talking about Naruto. There's an old proverb. I don't know where it's from. It gets cited as being an African proverb, and I'm like, wow, how fucking specific. But the proverb is, the child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. And yeah, that's basically what Naruto wanted to do when he was a little kid, but luckily he, grew up to be better. That would have been a fucking awesome twist in Harry Potter. He gets sick of the Dursley shit and just fucking murders them.
The amount of rewrites of Harry Potter I've seen are insane.
You know what? Actually, I talked about this
when also one that started a cult, so that's not good. Fucking rationalists.
This is I fucking talked about this when I watched that parody version. You know what would have been a way fucking better version of the Dursleys? They love Harry too much.
Do you want to know what would have been an even better version of the Dursleys?
Not making them.
You read my mind.
Yeah, true. But if we have to accept that he lives with his uncle and aunt and shit, how about that? How about they are so overprotect? They kept the wizarding shit from him because they're overprotective. Maybe that's why Dudley's such a fucking asshole to him. Dudley feels like that they love him more than they love Harry more than they do him. Maybe that's why he bullies his cousin, because he feels like he's getting more love from his fucking parents. Yeah, exactly what you're saying, Alex. What if they were overprotective? They even kind of hint at it when Hagrid shows up, because suddenly fucking Vernon is talking like an overprotective dad. I won't let some crackpot old fool teach him magic. Like, that's how an overprotective dad talks about his kid, not a guy who got stuck with a kid he doesn't want and would happily get rid of him.
Weirdly, I just don't feel like it even matters that much. Like it doesn't even seem to impact Harry.
No, it doesn't. Its impact on him is that he hates going home for the summer and eventually stops doing so.
To be real, I don't completely understand why it even matters.
Yeah, I like the movies a lot more than the books, because the movies have other elements to float the weaker elements of the books along.
I like the movies because of the one obvious reason. You can watch Harry Potter and it doesn't suck anymore.
Yeah.
One, the only, the God. The man with 2 guns akimbo strapped to his hands, Daniel Radcliffe.
True. He is great. Some of the other actors are great. The music is fucking amazing. I can't even pretend to not like the Harry Potter music. Most of the visual effects are really good for their era, barring the cave troll in the first one.
I like seeing dragons.
Yeah, dragons are cool. Some of the cinematography, especially in the first couple, is fucking awesome. Though the color grading got really fucking hideous from like 5 on.
I like British accents.
Yeah, true. I love that moment in fucking Prisoner of Azkaban where Harry's finally done with their shit and just pulls his fucking wand on them to make them leave him alone. Like, oh, that was so satisfying the first time I saw it.
I remember every time I'd watch Harry Potter, I never found a moment where I was like, oh, wow, Harry. I was like, this is neat.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind I was 7 when this movie came out. So there was no, I never, even at my peak of fandom, did I ever like Harry Potter anywhere near as much as other franchises. But I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. And one of the moments I had fun with was how good Daniel Radcliffe is in that scene where he pulls the fucking wand on them. I'm like, oh, finally, he's done putting up with their bullshit.
Don't forget the greatest part of Harry Potter. The Time Turner.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. You know what else would have been great if you have to stick with the Dursleys being assholes? And the books hinted at this, and then
why do you need the Dursleys at all?
You don't. But if you insist on sticking with them, this is something really cool you could have done. And they tried to do this at the beginning of the second book, and then gave up on it. Harry comes home for the summer, and suddenly they treat him like royalty because they're fucking pants shitting terrified of him.
They just treat him like the boy from that one Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, that's why I said it, Alex, because wands are basically guns. Harry going with the wand is the equivalent of your chud son finally snapping and whipping out the fucking gad.
If you think about it, that kind of means that wizards believe in mutually assured destruction.
They kind of do, yeah.
I mean, they are very open carry.
You could have contrasted that with Ron. Harry's family doesn't let him do anything because they're helicopter parents. Ron's family let him do whatever he wants because they have so many kids. Yeah, exactly.
That would be a nice usage of
that would have been a very interesting fucking character dynamic. But because J.K. Rowling is J.K. fucking Rowling, instead we have this.
At this point, you guys are writing whole subplots for a bad fucking story. Why don't we just write a good story?
Hey, you're trying to rewrite fucking Red Rising into being good. I mean,
no. That's how this started a long time ago. Listen, okay, it started because I was like,
I'm not saying your book is trying to be good like Red Rising. I'm saying that you, when you read Red Rising, immediately thought of ways to unfuck it.
Yeah, but that's just because I love a space empire.
I do. I love fucking space opera shit. I love evil.
No. Not space opera, space empires.
No, I know. I love fucking evil space emperors. I love shirtless BDSM gear wearing guys.
Whoa. I'm talking about the righteous light of the empire, spreading humanity's greatness. Shout out 40K.
I kind of feel like you can't be righteous if you call yourself an empire.
I need you to know, obviously, these things are evil. If my sarcasm doesn't show through, I will end up making the wrong thing here. Obviously, it's super problematic, guys, and like they're just a bunch of fascists waging war. But
by the way, apropos of absolutely nothing, you read Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
When they go to the Commonwealth at the end, was Pamela Milton's fucking title governor? I think it was.
I think.
Because I distinctly remember she says, I'm the governor here, and Rick and one of the other characters who've been around for a while both kind of share a look like, I don't know, last time we met a guy calling himself the governor of a place.
Well, because Davidson literally was a governor, though.
Well, he wasn't literally.
No, he was. Wait, hold on. I'm thinking of Davidson, the congressman who ran fucking...
Yeah, Alexandria.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about later, because Philip Blake and or Brian Blake, depending on whether you consider the Walking Dead novels canon, he was just a guy.
Yeah, okay.
Who appointed himself governor. Pamela Milton, I don't remember if the comics got into this, but in the show, they all but directly state that Pamela Milton's father was president at some point. Like, so she comes from a political dynasty of a family. So she probably actually was a state governor before the apocalypse.
I mean, at that point, calling yourself the governor ain't a bad take.
Well, yeah, that's why they ultimately are like, okay, you're not like we thought. But when she just, because of their past experiences, when someone says, hi, I'm the governor around here, they're like, oh, are you?
By the way, folks, help me achieve my dream. I want to be a colonel. I know it's possible. I just have to find the right guy who likes me, and I can become a colonel. That's how that works.
You know what's funny? We haven't talked about. I have to go in a minute anyway. But since we haven't talked about Star Trek once all show, and you can't break our streak. It's kind of funny that that Roddenberry based the ranking structure of Starfleet around the Navy when he himself was in the Army.
Well, how do you get? Okay, tell me this. What kind of vehicle do I use to get into space?
A ship.
Yeah, dude.
Well, yeah, but you could just as easily call a ship a very powerful airplane.
No, you couldn't.
I mean, not really, but
No, you couldn't.
Anyway, I'm just I don't fault it. I like the naval influence of Star Trek. It's just that when I started watching it, I assumed his military history was therefore naval, and no, it was Army. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think he was good in understanding that like we're gonna need a naval structure here. I don't think he was good at the whole balancing of how much to make it non-violent with violent to make the point hit home.
As I have said before, Roddenberry is best as the ideas guy.
Roddenberry should definitely be in the van, hanging out, throwing things out there.
Yeah, pitching stuff. And then the writers go, that one's good. Oh, yeah, Gene. Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Oh, you don't think he should be? Yeah, no, Riker totally won't be. Make him fuck that guy right now.
Yeah, I guess he had this fucking idea. When it came to Next Gen, he had this idea that by this time we would have evolved past interpersonal conflict. To which the writers said, then how the fuck do we write character drama?
Have I ever brought up to you the song 2525?
Yes.
It's like that.
Yeah.
That was on stream, right? I can never remember.
Yeah, it was.
People don't have realistic expectations for the future. Often.
Oh, he was also insistent that zippers and buttons are obsolete in the future.
For what?
Like that they used some other kind of fastening that we haven't invented yet.
Like what?
Who knows?
Well, no, but like
there was one episode of the Star Trek animated series that explained that the Starfleet uniforms are actually made from an algae-based organic compound. Sure, and the only reason that explanation is in there was to explain why the uniforms are shrinking with the characters when they shrink.
Sure, but like...
Just a fun fact.
But, well, that is actually very fun. Thank you. But, what does he have against zippers and buttons? I'm just really stuck on this. I'm sorry. Like,
it's not that he had anything against them. He just figured that by the 24th century, we would have invented more invisible forms of fastening. I mean, I get it. Here's a really, and this is an example. I think
like
you'll
the stylistic aspect of buttons.
He wanted to go with something different. Similar. I learned this from the commentary for Black Panther.
Did you invent one?
No, they just hid them in places.
Oh, okay.
In Black Panther, both of them, but this was about the first. You'll notice not a single character in all of Wakanda has straightened hair.
Well, yeah, that's just because they all got naturals.
Well, not just that. It was specifically because since Wakanda, this was Ryan Coogler's thought process that he explains in the commentary.
No white beauty standards.
Yeah, if Wakanda was never colonized by the West, it therefore doesn't have Western beauty standards for hair, among other things. Yeah. So every character in the movie has curly hair. Every character from Wakanda, that is.
Well, yeah, that's just good. Yeah, I mean, that's...
Yeah,
and beauty standards are just the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's just a very cool world-building detail that I wouldn't have thought of if it hadn't been pointed out to me. Because I don't think about fucking hair curling very often. I have the luxury of not...
Panther. I mean, it was made with a certain...
I have the luxury of not having to fuck up my hair in order to do a job interview, you know?
I'm gonna fuck up my hair, but like I know a bunch of people who get treated a certain type of way because of their hair. I mean, I get treated certain types of way. I end up putting my hair in fucking braids or something.
I've mentioned before the Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore. They did a lot of interview field pieces about racial stuff because it was a show about racial politics. And they did one, or there wasn't a field piece, it was just a news story, but it was back when the Army finally agreed to let women serve in combat roles, like back 10, 11 years ago. And they put out like the list of approved hairstyles for women because they're not going to make women shave their fucking heads the way they do the men. For better or worse, they have different hair standards for women. And they had a list of specifically prohibited hairstyles for female soldiers. And Larry Wilmore is going through the list and he just goes, oh, cool. So literally every black woman's hairstyle that doesn't require chemicals? I see. Interesting.
Can't be out here looking like a non-American.
Yeah, honestly, I think I get the whole military discipline thing, but I always thought it was ridiculous that the army doesn't let men do more with their hair. I'm not saying you have to be able to dye it fucking pink, but like,
I'm not shaving my fucking head, bro.
oh yeah, dude. Like, there's many reasons I'll never join the army, but like, probably number one for me personally is I'm not cutting my fucking hair. Eat my shit.
I considered a lot going into the Air Force.
Does
Hair was a big barrier.
does Starfleet have fucking regulations about that shit? I don't
No.
think. Yeah, they've never stated. I think they probably just have a general don't look fucking ridiculous guideline, but like,
I think it's just don't spread parasites guideline.
well, that too, but like I'm thinking of like Counselor Troy's hair is like all big and wavy and curly, and it's like it's clearly not in violation of any of the regulations.
I feel like they have the reasonable take of if the hair gets in your way, you probably
Yeah, I think
back in the academy,
because I'm trying to think like we see a million male Starfleet officers, and they have varying hairstyles. Did we ever see one with like long hair?
no, but we don't. Well, didn't young Jean-Luc have hair?
He had hair. I wouldn't call it long, but you know, Worf has fairly long hair. Now, granted, he's a Klingon. There might be a cultural exemption there,
I
but
think,
like,
I think it's more just a stylistic thing.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just like I'd be interested to see a male Starfleet captain show up with like a ponytail, like a human male Starfleet captain with a ponytail. That'd be interesting.
I mean, I know at least in the first two, it's probably because Gene's out here like, I don't want to look like a beatnik.
Well, honestly, it was probably more just he went with whatever hairstyle the actor had.
I don't know, man, because like I'm pretty sure a couple of them hippies have some hair.
Well, yeah, they do. But if we're talking like the main, say, 7 or 8 members of the Enterprise crew,
Yeah.
because
I'm
Chekhov's
just
hair
saying
changed
it's
styles a
direction.
few times,
Yeah, no.
and like Uhura, hers didn't change dramatically, but in some of the movies, her hairstyle changed.
I
I mean, even in the actual military, like there are sometimes like religious exemptions. Like if a Sikh man, like Sikhs don't cut their hair, of course. So if a Sikh joins the army, like there are military exceptions allowing a Sikh soldier to wear his hair long, or a Native American sometimes as well.
Yeah, I mean, I also just didn't want to go to war for oil.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I got a million other reasons, but actually, did you watch that fan film I told you about, the Star Trek fan film?
I did not. Fuck.
It's on YouTube. You should. It's only like 20 minutes. But it's called Yorktown: A Time to Heal. But because it's a fan film and they're just casting their friends and shit, one of the guys they cast as like a Starfleet officer with one line was Sikh or something similar. So he wears a turban with his uniform. Like they got a turban for him to wear that matched his uniform with a little Starfleet logo on it.
Yeah.
So that they could have him like respect his religion without having to like violate Starfleet dress code. Like, oh, that was really cool. I
I
like
want to
that.
say in Starfleet Academy, they got a couple of women wearing hijabs.
Yeah, which is weird to me. You'd think Islam wouldn't exist anymore in the future, but
Why?
well, just because religion in general, humanity seems to have moved on from. I'm not saying she can't wear it. I just was like, I'd assume her character is wearing it more as a cultural signifier than a religious one.
You ever read Ender's Game?
No.
So the sequels do an interesting idea. When humanity starts colonizing planets, there's a lot of fucking space, dude. And like we got some decent technology, so just assume sci-fi bullshit, we can go places.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of access to stuff. Like there's a lot of planets.
Yeah.
If anything, we just need more colonies. Like we like need more people to be pioneers. And so you end up with a bunch of planets that are like isolated communities based around old Earth cultures that used to be so cramped, and like now they can just have like a little space to flourish and don't even like worry about anyone else.
Yeah.
And so they just like Ender ends up on like I think it's a Mexican Catholic planet, pretty much.
I mean, that's funny, but it also makes sense.
Yeah, like honestly, both, like straight up both. Like it is kind of funny, but like I get it, and like it's pretty cool at the same time as well. But
I remember. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like the idea of like not everyone, not every human in space has to be doing the same thing that people on Earth are doing.
Yeah, space cult, just a bunch of space cults in order to control the colonists. Yeah, that's true. Also, I missed this one. Mass Effect had regulation haircuts mostly because they had to limit the customizable options. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alex, don't completely spoil all the fun parts of the Ender's Game. Let Larry come across.
Yeah, I'll read it eventually.
Let Larry find how.
I remember like 10 years ago, back when we still thought there would be a fourth of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, which they ultimately, it looks like that's not happening now.
Could we all just like show up outside his like house again and just hope he comes to the window?
Who?
J.J. Abrams. Please save us with Star Trek, J.J. Abrams.
I thought you didn't like his Star Trek.
Oh no, I don't mind. I hate what it is. I hate its effect on people, but at the same time, I think it's funny that it's like a thing. But like I, it's not like I blame him.
Yeah,
I also like his Star Trek. I think it's more just the systematic problem of like, let's just fucking drag up some old shit.
Yeah.
Make a new story based off the story.
Well, the reason I brought it up is because, as you probably remember, Anton Yelchin was killed in a tragic accident shortly before the third movie came out.
Didn't he get crushed by his car?
He did. His car had a manufacturing defect that he didn't know about because they hadn't, like, I think they'd put out the recall, but not for his batch of them or something.
Damn.
Where it would pop out of park into like neutral or reverse or whatever. So he parked it on his inclined driveway, put it in park, got out to get the mail, and it popped into reverse, rolled back, and crushed him against his own fence, and he fucking died.
He died of not using a parking brake.
Yeah, literally. He died because he didn't think he had to put on his emergency brake. On his, like, fucking 15-degree inclined driveway.
That's wild.
So, anyway, there was a discussion board once of people saying, like, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to recast Chekhov? Are they going to kill Chekhov off? And somebody said his character and the actor playing him deserve the utmost of respect. What they should do is mention in passing, or mention not in passing, that he transferred to another ship. He fucking got promoted, whatever. And create a new character filling the same niche Chekhov did. Now, the whole point of Chekhov's character was to humanize the people who were the enemy at the time Star Trek was made. So what they suggested was have a Muslim woman wearing a hijab be the new navigator on the Enterprise.
No, let's stop. Stop making things the enemy.
Well, I mean, I get what the person was getting at, because, like, at the time this was written, and still to this day, but especially at the time this was written, Muslims were getting treated like dog shit by the U.S. government, so... Yeah, get a Palestinian, damn straight. I know you fucking hate Moon Knight, Alex, but I really respect the fact that they cast a Palestinian woman as the secondary lead.
So I just watched an obscure, weird movie. Do you remember that TV show Drawn Together?
Yeah. And I remember that they made a movie of it.
So, do you know who the villain in this movie is?
Who?
Type in Drawn Together, the movie villain into Google for me.
The network head?
Who used the giant evil robot.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So this is the network head. So that giant robot there. Do you want to know the name of that robot?
I'm afraid.
Try clicking on the right. See if it'll tell you. I will look up what
Adam Carolla?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I guess this was before he went nuts. The fucking robot is called Israel.
Yep.
That explains why, as I was typing it in, one of the autofill answers was Israel.
It is the intelligent smart robot animation eraser lady.
That's
otherwise known as Israel.
Funny, dude.
Okay, so like that movie has like a bunch of instances of like just it's like straight flying through the air, stops on a highway. Israel, what are you doing? I need to rest. Israel, this is the most dangerous place you could have settled down. Surely it will be better for everyone if you move. Israel has a right to exist. Israel has a right to exist. Why did you do it here?
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
I'm like, they have like these bits scattered, and I'm like, wow, I didn't.
Yeah, McFarlane does fucking hate Israel. I gotta respect that. I love the fact that Seth MacFarlane has trapped himself on the Sisyphusian mountain that is Family Guy.
Nah, dude, I was thinking about this. Every single time there's a non-animated show where Seth MacFarlane operates directly with Scott Grimes, it is a smash hit.
Yeah.
He just needs to quit animation. No bullshit.
Well, it's so funny because he so clearly wants to spend his time making Star Trek and Sinatra albums and a bit of Ted occasionally. That's what he very obviously wants to do that with his life.
Just do it.
But because he gets paid like $15 million a year, he has to fucking schlep his ass to the recording booth once a month and go, like he has openly said that he wishes Family Guy would end.
I'm going to write him a letter. A strongly worded letter.
Oh, did you see the little drawing he did for the wildfires?
I did not.
Let me pull it up. He did another one for one of the other big events too. Here it is. So, in tribute, when the wildfires were going on at the beginning of last year, he did a little hand-drawn thing to thank the firefighters that looked like that.
Oh, that's nice.
In contrast, The Simpsons did this one, which is like way more corporate and hideous. Let me make it bigger. Yeah. Like The Simpsons one is very obviously like something that the computer threw together. Whereas he drew that by hand. And you can tell that he drew it because Brian still looks like Brian did back when Seth was still doing the animation.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the original thing.
Yeah, not that he looks that different now, but the edges are a lot more fine-tuned.
And what did Trey Parker do for South Park?
I don't know. What did he do?
Nothing, because Virtue Signaling doesn't help firefighting victims.
Yeah, no, I know. And Seth even said that in his fucking post. He just was doing it as a little, like, token of appreciation.
Listen,
he did donate money, by the way, too, to be clear.
Near dying of oxygen suffocation. And
okay.
when one just gets an alert, and he goes, guys, keep on fighting.
Okay, but he did donate a bunch of money as well. Like, it's not like he didn't donate money. He did. He just also wanted to do something personal. And it's nice. Fuck you. Fuck you for insulting him.
God forbid he just sends something to them and doesn't do something that's public at the same time. Oh, yeah.
He did both. He just wanted to thank the firefighters.
Posting something on social media is not an intimate thing. It's a public gesture.
Yeah.
Attention.
He wanted to make a public gesture of his support. It's okay to say thank you. Don't be mean to Seth MacFarlane. He's a good man, despite some of the fucking trans jokes in old Family Guy episodes that he's gotten over.
I love how that's the bad jokes in Family Guy that you zeroed in on, and
Oh
not
no,
the
there's a ton.
countless
That's just.
amount of rape jokes that they
Oh
Quagmire.
no, there's a ton. It's just the trans ones are like the one that came to mind first. Basically, cause Quagmire's dad was in another episode the other night.
I do think it's enjoyable that he's tried to be modern, but at the same time, like, my dude, half your characters don't make sense anymore, and it's weird. But like,
Yeah,
sometimes
kind of.
your offensive things are okay with you, so like, we can still be anti-Semitic.
I will note that they do that a lot less often these days.
Oh, thank God, we pull up the Jew jokes less often.
Yeah, I don't mind the Jew jokes in Family Guy because they were all written by Jews. And also because they were funny and didn't have any hate in their heart.
But I don't know, man. Self-hating people are things too.
Well, I mean, they're not self-hating. They're just poking fun at themselves.
I guess. I
actually, as much as the first episode with her really fucking didn't age well, I like Quagmire's dad, Ida, because they portray her as just a normal-ass person.
She's Quagmire's dad.
Yeah, you can tell those kind of jokes when you don't have hate in your heart. True. You got to be funny and pure of heart. Yeah, like, at the time, everyone bitched about the Quagmire's dad episode in 2007, and Seth MacFarlane got a little defensive. He didn't say anything too fucked up, but he got a little more defensive than he should have. But one of the things he said was, I think that she's one of the most positive portrayals of a trans person on TV thus far. And I was like, no, don't do that. And then I thought back on it, and I was like, oh my God, he actually is right.
Yeah,
the characters make a million jokes at Ida's expense, but Ida herself is depicted as a normal, decent human being.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just saying it's weird how, like, I don't know, man, because like pure heart, so many rape jokes makes me question that.
Yeah, well, I know.
I'm sorry.
He made up for it in the Orville. Not only that, in Family Guy, yeah, he has definitely grown as a writer. A few seasons ago in Family Guy, they did another whole episode about Ida and Brian thinking back on how he treated her and being like, damn, I was a real fucking asshole to her for no real reason, wasn't I? And it was very clearly the writers looking back at their own past work and being like, yeah, we probably should fucking not do that.
I guess it's just Peter Griffin is wildly offensive by nature. There's like,
well, yeah, I mean, it's like I said this to my mom once. Like, there's a difference between joking about the hypothetical concept of kids with cancer and joking about a specific child with cancer.
I mean, it depends on that child.
Well, yeah, of course. There are some kids out there who were born evil. The show views Brian as kind of a bad guy. He's their Bill Maher. Kinda, yeah. He, in the early seasons...
That feels like a flanderization, if anything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. In the early seasons, Brian was much more... He was a little bit of Seth MacFarlane's mouthpiece, but he was much more of, like, the kind of cool-headed voice of reason. And then as the show went on and flanderized everyone, he turned into more of, like, the hypocritical liberal hack.
Him and Stewie don't even go on adventures anymore.
Speaking of, they literally just the other day greenlit a Stewie spinoff. I know, the whole fucking show is the Stewie show already.
No. Hold on. What age?
Like current Stewie, I think.
Current age Stewie?
I mean, I don't know how much you can trust this because it's the fucking AI overview, but according to this, it's going to be following him at some shitty preschool.
Oh, him and Piers and shit.
Yeah, and like, Why? I mean, I'm not saying don't do those storylines, but like, couldn't you just do those in the show?
Maybe, I mean, who's going to be voicing?
Well, it's fucking Seth MacFarlane as Stewie.
Because this would be nice if you use this to get out.
It looks almost, according to this, it says from Seth MacFarlane, so it almost looks like he's using it to get back in.
He wants to, oh god, he's doubling down.
Maybe what he's doing, maybe he's doing what Steven Hillenburg did with SpongeBob, where he came back and suddenly SpongeBob was good again for a few seasons. You know about that, right?
I've heard such a thing, but I'm not sifting through SpongeBob.
Yeah, I kind of. That's another one where I didn't so much make the choice to stop watching it as it was Nickelodeon's time slots were all fucked up and I just lost track of it. But somewhere along the way, after I stopped watching SpongeBob regularly, Steven Hillenburg came back for like came back till he died. From like 2012 to 2015, let's say. He came back and all of a sudden the show was good again. Like the characters all reverted back to their pre-Flanderization characterizations and like the jokes were funny but then he died. And also, worse than that, he was very vocal publicly and privately that he didn't want them to make SpongeBob spin-offs. So they said, okay, we won't. And then the literal second he fucking died, like before his body was even cold, they announced all the SpongeBob spin-offs.
I've heard both that this is true and that that's a myth and an over-exaggeration.
I mean, it's exaggerated somewhat. Like, it wasn't literally the same day, but it was a distastefully short amount of time later.
No. As far as they exaggerated what he said.
It might be. I just know that, like, milking the SpongeBob teat for, like, 4 different spin-offs was not his fucking idea. Maybe this is why Seth likes AI so much, so he can automate Family Guy and do his own personal shit. I don't think he likes AI so much. I think he just... Well, what he said about the Bill Clinton thing was they tried it every other way, and they finally resorted to AI. So, like, even he seems reluctant to use it.
I'm sorry. I do not know what we're talking about.
Have you seen all of the new season of Ted yet?
No.
There's a Bill Clinton cameo appearance played by Seth MacFarlane with an AI filter over his face to look like Bill Clinton.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't love it, but it's not... I mean, I would prefer... I think it would have been funnier if it was just Seth in bad makeup. But I get why he felt the need to do it, and it's definitely not like a cynical fire the actor thing, because he literally just painted over his own face with it. Like, it's more ethical than most uses of it, but I still don't love that they did it.
At that point, it's really just a tool that we're just labeling AI. Other shit's AI that they use behind the scenes.
Well, yeah, that's the problem, too, is like, you know... Because, like, what was it trained on? Probably just photos of Bill Clinton. Because he didn't do the voice. He just... Well, Seth did the voice himself, and then they used an AI face filter.
Yeah, and I mean, like, how do you do a bunch of CGI effects with computers? And what do those computers use? Modeling tools. What do those modeling tools use? Fucking algorithms. And I'm really, like, just getting so confused. Where are we making the line at some point?
I just figure MacFarlane isn't all that tech savvy and hasn't thought of the evils of the tech. Yeah, well, that is the thing. Seth MacFarlane is famously a Luddite. Like, he literally... until, like... 2015 or so, or somewhere in the 2010s, he literally didn't have a computer at home.
So that's why he's obsessed with Sinatra.
He resisted getting a cell phone like years after everyone else had them. I don't know how great an indicator of this bless you, this is, but I remember in the blooper reel for Million Ways to Die in the West, there's several bloopers of Seth MacFarlane's phone ringing and him having to answer it. And this movie, which was shot in like 2014, he keeps pulling out a flip phone. So it's like, all right, yeah, he chooses to not use advanced technology as much as possible.
I want a smart flip phone so badly.
They're coming. They sell them already. They just haven't worked out all the kinks of them yet, so the hinges are a little gentle or a little
some
sensitive.
dog water, like something that's quality with features.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
just-
if they make it work, I'll give it a shot. But like, I've had this phone for fucking 5.5 years, and it's still working just fine. So till it's not.
bring back the like slide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are kind of cool.
Give me a
Spider Man's got one in the new movie. Yeah, but is it a flip
Movie
smartphone? I guess it is. I don't know. I like, by the way, I really think it's funny that the thing that they showed in that trailer that instantly got everyone on their side was Peter looking unhappy. That is really fucking funny.
Peter suffering should be a thing. That's Spider-Man's too fucking chipper.
Yeah, well, he did lose everyone he loved in the last movie, so I'm assuming in the new one he'll act a little more like Ditko era Peter, where he's kind of angry at the world.
Yeah, like we really need him to feel more of that great responsibility.
Yeah, that's why those fucking originals are so good, man. Like they got that there were multitudes to Peter.
But they could do with some more joviality.
Oh yeah, I know. And also, they could do with not having Steve Ditko trying to ram his fucking objectivist horseshit into the story.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Spider-Man being happy, but he's got to earn it through a character. Yeah, exactly. I'm fine with like him being fucking miserable and getting his ass beat in high school, as long as it eventually leads to him getting to be happy.
No, I don't want him to have like happy circumstance. I want him to be like going through a shitty life and to like try to be chipper.
Yeah, exactly. No one in the John Watts movie has really had a character arc. He had one in the first one. He had one in Homecoming.
What was the arc?
Learning confidence in himself and that he doesn't need Iron Man in his corner to be a hero.
That's a wild first arc for Spider-Man, but okay.
I agree. Trust me, I've got my issues, but it was an arc. Anyway, it is pit time. I think I need to go grab a ginger beer and watch the pit. So I'm gonna go do that because I'm probably keeping my fucking family awake with all my yelling.
Unfortunately, I believe Starfleet Academy is over.
Just for the season. It's coming back for a second.
Yeah. But that means I don't have a fun thing to watch.
Here's an idea for something to listen to. Have you listened to Star Trek Con yet?
What's that?
It's an audio drama. Like it's on Spotify and YouTube and everything, all the podcast places, but it's like an old-fashioned like radio show.
Okay.
It's apparently really good. It's so there's Invincible is also back.
Oh, buddy, I already watched all 3 episodes, and
we'll talk about that on Tuesday when people have had time to catch up.
Big Daddy Thrag. Daddy Thrag.
To my understanding, what the Star Trek Con podcast is that it's about what happened in the 15 or so years he was marooned on SETI Alpha 5.
That sounds fun.
But it has a framing device. The framing device being that Captain Sulu on the Excelsior has gone back to SETI Alpha 5 and they found old like archival recordings made by the people there.
That's cool.
And they actually got George Takei and Tim Russ back for Sulu and Tuvok, respectively.
Damn.
And they might have gotten some others back, too. I'm a little bit annoyed they cast an actual Indian guy as Khan, but that's just because I want my Khan to be a fucking Mexican actor, goddammit.
Wow.
Part of Khan's charm is the fact that he is a Mexican actor making no effort to hide his accent.
I don't know if that's charm or that's just old Star Trek.
I find it charming.
But hey, I get you.
Oh, shit!
What?
I did not know this. The story for all 9, I guess, of the episodes was written by Nicholas Meyer.
Oh, shit.
He didn't do the teleplay, but he did, like, the story. Yeah, here's the cast. Okay, it's mostly new people other than the two I just listed. Because most of those actors are fucking dead, so they're obviously not going to be able to get them back. Also, they do finally confirm the thing everyone knows, but the movie didn't technically say, which is that the wife Khan mentions was indeed Lieutenant MacGyver's.
Oh, nice.
Because that's who it was supposed to be. And like in the novelization and the script and everything, he even says my wife Lieutenant MacGyver's or my wife Marla or whatever. But for whatever reason, the version of the line said in the finished film, he just says my wife.
My wife.
Yeah, so technically speaking, we don't know for sure till now that he's referring to Marla, but that's the implication.
Huh.
Anyway, I'm very thirsty and I'm almost out of water, so I'm gonna go grab a ginger beer. I've gotten into ginger beer lately. I've discovered the joy that is fucking ginger beer.
I need to get into some ginger beer. I could really smack down a ginger beer right now.
I'm trying to fucking find something to drink that isn't like I love drinking water, but I want to have one like non-water drink per day, and I don't want it to be alcohol every time.
Check out Spindrift sparkling water first of all, and second of all, Shirley Temples.
True, that's more of a special occasion drink, but it is a good one.
Listen, it's a special occasion to be alive.
True, that is true. Anyway, we will be back on Tuesday where we'll have more Invincible to talk about. And don't be shocked if it's a short show on Tuesday because I fucking love Daredevil Born Again and there's no guarantee that I love you guys more. So
just like Invincible, don't be surprised if things go by quickly because there might be a twist when we talk about Oliver. That was a triple entendre. Folks, you have a great night.
True.
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.